we have lots of new music now.
A serious dedication.
So we are live. Let me double check everything here. Mute myself. How's everyone doing?
Oh, good.
Sensational. Salubrious. Phenomenal.
I can honestly say I don't think I've ever heard salubrious or whatever you just said. All right. Let's bring down the volume some.
Come on up.
Come on, kitty cat.
He wants to. He's thinking about it. He's fine. He just sits in my lap. The other one gets up on my shoulders now.
What?
Like up on. She lays like on my upper chest and neck. So I can't like lean forward. She's the worst.
Oh man.
She's getting really clingy.
Okay, I can see myself now. All right, let's just jump on in it, guys. Welcome back to session 2 of our Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign. It is my sole goal to not say and as many times as I did last time. We are without our paladin Carrow. I just did it there. I just heard it. Without Carrow right now, so she'll be back next time. Let's see. If you guys notice, I did install a fake Carrow, so that's my ordering was the same in the Discord on the right-hand side. Otherwise, I can't show who's talking when we're like streaming. So I had to create a fake account, a fake Carrow, if you will. Okay. All right, we left off last time. I guess last session started, you guys just got to Dugan's Hole. It's the smallest of the 10 towns. You guys had an unconscious woman who you found tied to a post in the middle of bumfucking Egypt. Let's see. Carrow and Melandra, Odaxi, DeQuinn, and Davos, you guys all basically just ambushed this guy who had this woman tied up. He managed to sneak away, cut her down, fended off some wolves, headed to Dugan's Hole, found Melandra collapsed right before you got there. She was able to get back up, got to Dugan's Hole at Turta's Hut. That's a place where Odaxi had been staying since he got to the 10 towns in the Icewind Dales. She's like the healer in Dugan's Hole. She's big old place with a bunch of beds. Made some stew out of some freshly chopped up wolves. We investigated Melandra's wound. She had this permanent icy sort of knife shard stuck in her. It was extremely cold to the touch, actually causing physical pain to try and pull it out. I think it was Odaxi and Carrow managed to kind of wheel it out. Is that right? Rip it out essentially. Yeah, you hurt yourself, but she was somehow unaffected by the cold from the shard. I believe you stood over and shook Danica awake as she was unconscious in the bed. She informed you guys that she was just randomly at an inn a couple towns away. When she was abducted, she was looking for these little fey creatures called Chwingas. And she believes they actually may help you with Melandra because she thinks that they have the ability to affect the weather or affect some of the elements. So you guys set off after actually sleeping there that night, in the freezing cold, you set off the next day to find these Chwingas, or find a lantern that Danica has that allows you to find them easily. Along the way, a blizzard struck, and you guys got lost into direction, kind of got turned around some. Unreally sure where you were. DeQuinn started playing a drum, I think, to keep everyone together. And then something started playing that rhythm back to him. Following it, you found it was 3 kobolds just standing on top of each other in a trench coat, essentially, trying to lead you to an ambush of sorts. They were dealt with pretty handedly there. And you then headed to a nearby cave because there's like a little flickering light coming from there, and that's where we left off, I believe. Are there any questions?
We didn't go to get the lantern because it was back in another building in the town, right?
You were heading to the lantern is at the inn. Danica told you where she was
It's in another
abducted.
town.
Yeah, it's a couple towns away, so you're heading in that direction. It's not the one. It's actually right outside of Goodmead, on the way to East Haven, if I remember correctly. But you were headed, yeah, towards Goodmead because it's in that direction, and then you got kind of turned around. Yeah. Any?
Chimichangas.
It's I believe that is correct. I will consult the book.
Yeah.
And I apologize for that. Let's see. Anything else? Any other questions? Negative. So I found a lot of cool supplements for this, and more coming out, or at least I'm finding more as we're going on. And there's a good one I want to try. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something called like a frost check. It's a way to like kind of really respect the elements because Icewind Dale is supposed to be extremely cold. And the natural book just kind of says, hey, if it's cold, just buy warm clothes and you'll be fine. And it's like, all right, well, even if you had the warmest of clothes, if you went to some parts of frigid tundra for hours and hours at a time, days at a time, or even like that, you
Sorry.
yeah, that's fine. Oh, you're blinded. That's cool. Cold clothes are only going to get you so far. So what we're going to do is we're going to add kind of like another stat to you guys. But we're just going to call it like frost. We'll just call it frost, right? So what'll happen is you guys are going to be able to purchase things, throughout Icewind Dale, throughout the 10 towns, find things, make, drink potions, find rings, whatever. But it's going to give you what's called a frost modifier. And so every time you roll a d20, you'll be able to add a frost modifier, and each person's will be different. So like right now, you guys all have a frost modifier of +5. So anytime you roll for frost, or sort of frost damage, you'll add your modifier. And if you, just like any other thing, if you pass the check, you will not take any ill effects from the frost. Most common effects are just a level of exhaustion. And so if you check the player's handbook, levels of exhaustion start to do things like give you disadvantage on checks, and things like that. But it could be, depending on the scenario, different types of things. So in your player sheet, at some point, under like the notes section, just add like frost modifier. And then each event, I'll actually add it for Carrow right now while I'm thinking about it. Just so you don't have to keep up with it. And then each time we roll for frost, like let's say you fall into an icy lake or you end up spending the night outside in the wilderness. Sometimes just a blizzard blows in like last time and it gets extremely cold. We can roll for kind of like the elements and see if your character is going to hold up or not. Any questions about that?
Nope.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's just a way I think to try and really, because the environment is part of the adventure, and so it would be a shame to play the entire adventure and then yeah, you know what? We never really had any issues with the cold. All right, so I'll do this to Carrow's real quick.
The cold never really bothered me anyway.
I do know that reference.
I don't understand.
So you said right now it's +5?
Yeah, because everyone gets cold weather clothes in the adventure to start out with anyway. There's others. Yeah, you could put it like it is your enemy. That's true. Which wherever you put it, just so you can find it later. So I'll put frost modifier +5. And so you can then, like I said, there's additional. Actually, I have some things in the book that you can purchase to try and improve your modifier, so that if you get caught in like an avalanche or whatever the case may be, you stand a better chance of surviving. So we're gonna try that, and then there's a couple other things in the supplements that I still have to go through and sort out. I showed you guys that one. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it, new spells, things like that. Like I mentioned, if you want any of those spells added to like our D&D Beyond, just let me know, and I'll find them. Either they're already created as a homebrew spell, which is likely, or I will just whip them up really quickly. Okay. All right. So there's a cave that you guys had just basically mopped up the remaining kobolds. You threw spears at it. I think there was a couple sacred flames. I think there was some bees. And so these guys pretty much got demolished immediately. And one of you saw like a little flicker of light around the corner. There seemed to be a little cave, and that is where we are currently. The cave itself, it's not very large. The four of you barely fit, and plus there's Danica, and plus there's like two horses that you guys are in tow. So it's getting really crowded there, but you're all are kind of in. The horses are kind of skeptical to like go into it's darker besides the flickering light of this torch. And yeah, you see that around there. There's this makeshift torch is like wedged into the cave wall. There's like little scraps of like clothing and bits of I don't know, like looks like small bones that are laying around.
Is this the kobold's lair?
It could be. It certainly well could be.
Is there a way we can determine that?
I mean, we don't have to roll a check. I don't think. I mean, it seems like they were in this area. You kind of get the sense that yeah, this is probably where they were maybe taking refuge. To the back of the cave, actually, you can see there's some like some odd sticks and wooden planks like wedged it between some cracks and crevices in the back there. So something sentient put these things here. Carrow kind of ushers the horses in, and Danica comes in, and she was kind of standing in the back while all this was going down, so she's kind of warming her hands on like the flickering firelight of the torch. Well, that was something.
Well, it was something, and then it wasn't something.
I think I've seen more teeth in the past 2 or 3 days than I've seen my entire life.
It's a peculiar thing to see. Teeth?
From wolves and kobolds and just a lot of things out here that are not the friendliest. Carrow kind of pushes to the back, and you guys behind you, like the blizzard is still kind of raging at this point in time. It's actually kind of hard to see even beyond like 20 feet outside the mouth of this little cave. DeQuinn, you and Davos would both know that these happen pretty commonly. They could pass in an hour, they could pass in a couple hours. It just really depends. You guys have probably been in this current blizzard has been going on for 30, 45 minutes or so.
Is there any, like, pieces of dead wood laying around in this cave that we could muster up a fire?
To the back of the cave, there's these small wooden planks and sticks, and and they're wedged between the ground and between the between the halfway up the cave wall and the back.
I want to try and collect it all and maybe start a fire for everyone to warm up a bit while we wait for the blizzard to pass.
Okay. Well, as you get to there and you start to you're gonna go to grab one of these planks, these sticks, whatever makeshift wood it is, looks like some bark. You notice that it's in there pretty firmly, and as you get closer, you can see that it's covering up a sort of hole in the back of the cave.
Davos?
Yeah, can I see through? Does it look like it goes pretty far back, or what's in the hole?
Do you have dark vision?
Oh hell yeah! I mean, heck yes. Sorry.
You can see it continues on for a ways, and then there's like a bit of a turn, and so you can make out what looks to be the back-ish of the cave wall, but that's really it.
Yes, I'm gonna crawl in the hole.
Okay. As
Can I give a rope? Can I tie like a rope around my foot or something and
sure,
leave some of it outside so like I can tug on it?
sure.
Or whether like if there was hypothetically like a big old strong creature who wants to pull me out of this hole,
Yeah.
in case there's like other
Or
trench
whoever
coat.
could you be referring to? I don't know.
Yeah,
Either, but
there's like
Yeah.
there's 2 horses, a minotaur, and a loxodon. So you take your pick who you want to fasten yourself to.
Yeah, the Quinn, I will give you my rope here. I'm gonna call him that hole.
Yeah, so as you crawl in, it's a roomy. You could fit. You could even DeQuinn could probably fit. A Daxi. As you start to get towards the edge, where the cave corner like peaks around, you do start to slide immediately, and you like the around you the ground that you thought was like stone. It's very very slick. Maybe from some sort of moisture or some sort of runoff, and you begin to start to wind down this path as far as your rope will take you. What's the length of your rope?
I think it's 50 feet.
So around this corner of the bend, you follow through on this slick, windy path, and you go down. And there's another like little drop, and you bounce off of what is like another little windy path, and it goes around to the left, and it's getting darker and colder, and then you feel the tug of the rope catch.
Oh, Daxi, I got a knucklehead on here.
Am I just like kind of suspended in, or can I see anything?
It just looks like more tunnel. More tunnel, yeah. Another more winds.
Can they hear me if I shout? Like, can I relay back to everybody? I'm stuck on a slide.
If you yell, there's slide, 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 slide. Kind of echoes back up to DeQuinn. DeQuinn, make a strength check with advantage. Just because the sudden snap of Davos on the end of the rope.
15.
Let me actually pull it up so I can see these rolls. There we go. Yeah, that's plenty to hold. So you kind of feel, yeah, you laugh as you make the joke of having a fish on the line, and Carrow kind of comes over and goes, "What's going on? Where are you?" And in the bottom of the tunnel or the edge of the tunnel, you kind of hear just a reverberation of you, and it's bouncing off all over the walls. It's almost unintelligible sound from all of the echoing back and forth.
I guess I would just kind of hang out for now.
Fearing that he's fallen off, Dick Quinn's probably just gonna pull him up.
Okay. So you start to like reel in the rope a little more, and you hear as you're getting pulled up, you notice that the rope is kind of caught, or not caught, but like it's putting very awkward tension on the lip or the ledge of this drop that you just took, and it's holding for now. But if you're not careful, it could rub the rope and start to actually do some damage to the rope. But you're slowly kind of getting. Where'd you tie to? Your feet or your waist?
I think I put it on my ankle.
Oh.
Yeah, my feet, so I'm getting pulled up backwards.
Oh, that's not good. So you got just dangling Davos from a rope as DeQuinn is like slowly trying to pull you up. Yeah, I don't know. Let's roll. Let's roll and see what's gonna happen here.
Sent you something that might be helpful.
Who's okay?
No, I'm rolling. I'm rolling some fate. Yeah, some destiny here. What did you?
Divine fate yet?
What'd you send me? That's not what I'm thinking. What, this B? Is that what you just sent me?
No. On it's on the chat on Roll20.
Oh. I've got too many things up, guys. I don't even see on Roll20 chat.
Where is it easier to send you
if a Discord's probably fine. Um. So as you're getting pulled up by the leg, yeah, it's your other leg is kind of getting in the way, so you're having to like tighten your legs together so that you don't like catch yourself or get yourself pinned. And as you're getting pulled up, make oh, okay. Yeah, so after you do, you quickly start to pull up. DeQuinn, you feel that the rope is now extremely light, and and you're actually pulling pretty quickly. 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, the rope's just kind of coming. And Davos, you can start to see, you can start to see like the edge of the tunnel, and DeQuinn, the rope gets heavy again, but now he's coming around the bend, and
Can I
there's Davos.
position myself over to like not fray the rope?
At this point, you've pulled it up, and you can see that the rope is a bit damaged, but it's not broken. And Davos is now kind of pops back out of the tunnel. He's got slightly moist, a little bit of moisture and some dirt all over his clothes and his face.
Was it as fun as I thought it was?
I'd relay to there's a lot more tunnel down there.
Yeah, it's hard to get a sense of.
For us to fit in there to investigate more, or
Yeah, it seems to be. I mean, besides like the rope getting caught on a couple of the bends, it wasn't too, but it's not too small. It'll be a little tighter. Yeah, it'll be a little tighter for you and DeQuinn. I'm sorry.
with Davos, was it slick where you couldn't get back up without the help of the rope, right?
I think it was narrow. Yeah, combination of how slick it was and how narrow it was. It'd kind of be hard to get enough traction to get yourself back up.
Carrow goes, well, if we're quite done sliding around, perhaps we should continue forward. I just gave her I just gave her an Irish accent. That's probably going to be problematic all day.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Thanks. Danica kind of comes over and she's looking. She goes, well, sometimes Chwingas do like to hide out in different places. I don't know. The slide does seem kind of fun.
You mean Jimmy Cutler?
And they're
It's still,
mischievous.
the weather hasn't changed in the last like 4 minutes, right? It's still pretty.
No,
nasty.
it's raging pretty hard behind you guys.
I think we probably all have some kind of rope, right? When we tie these bad boys together.
Let me see what Carrow has.
I don't have a rope.
She
I've
might.
got rope and pittons. Maybe we could we could tie a couple ropes together. We could go further.
Yeah, I got 50-foot rope and an iron pot with some skin over it.
Or maybe there's another way out further in. We won't even need it. Possible, but it's unknown.
Sorry, I'm looking up Carrow's stuff here. She should have a rope, right? Yeah, rope. She's got another 50 feet of rope.
Is there enough room where I was to like even hammer some pittons and stuff into the ice?
Yeah, you were able to. Yeah, it was probably the size of like an oversized slide. You know, it was like an actual slide, not what you were sliding on. Yeah, it was fine. You would have room to actually swing a hammer, and obviously you can make as much room as you need in there. If it was becoming an issue.
So should we? Here's my thought. Let's get a pitton at the top of this thing, tie a rope to it. I'll slide down 50 feet, put another one in, get the next rope going. I guess my concern is less how are we going to get back out, and more what if this empties out into a giant hole and we all fall and die?
Very ominous of you, Davos.
So I propose that if we've got to get more rope later down the line, then we can.
Does anyone have like a passive perception over 13.
I do not.
I should. I don't know where to see that
It's
number.
it's on the left under saving throws. There's 3 passives: intellect,
Yeah,
wisdom.
15.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That checks out actually. Actually, as
Still, like, try to hear into the tunnel, see if it falls off.
you can if you want. I was gonna say you notice as you see Davos kind of climb out and clamber out of this, you do see scratches and what looks like markings on the walls and the ground outside of of this entrance.
Scratches.
Just like like it clicks as you see Davos do the same thing. Like something came out of this tunnel, right? So they used like the rim of the entrance to as a handhold to lift through. And it's been done enough times that it's actually kind of worn on the around the entrance.
So, saying that we should be able to get back out.
It's something has been coming in and out. It looks like right.
Well, we
Well,
could
that would
always
lead us
just
more to
have.
believe that the chimichangas are down there. Sorry, Chwingas.
No. You guys ride this joke out as long as you want.
Well, we can't see the comment section, so that's going to be a long time. Yeah, I mean, I guess
We could always just throw the rope down as a foothold, and help us climb back up.
Carrow's kind of pacing back and forth in the cave. She's like, well, we have to make a decision soon. Melandra's
Go
not
down,
gonna.
Bob.
Melandra's not gonna. She might not have much time.
Yeah, let's just. I mean, I'm not worried about losing the rope. I guess it's not that big of a loss for me if we do it for no reason. We may as well
So
try. I think.
We'll use Davos's plan then. Sounds good to me.
But
Alright.
before we go down, maybe we should take some light, because I cannot see in the dark.
I have a candle. I have 10 candles. I could give you one.
You're into some weird stuff, huh, Daxie?
Oh,
Into some weird stuff, huh?
that'd be great.
Sure.
I'm just
We
kidding.
should apply
They are
some
like
light on the candle.
they are like ceremonial in
They say
nature.
utility exploration.
Okay.
I've got 10 torches, so I can.
Torches. Yeah, why shouldn't I?
Yeah, I don't mind giving everybody who needs one a torch.
Daxie goes, "Don't worry, guys. I got you guys covered." He takes out a candle and lights it, and it only sheds a light in like 5 feet.
On my face.
Yeah.
Stay no time for
alright,
ritual.
I'm comically unprepared.
Wah, wah, wah.
Alright,
So
yes.
I'm gonna hammer a pitten into the top somewhere to like kind of anchor our first rope, and tie it up and head into the tunnel.
Sorry, just give us a little
I
time.
mean, we could always just tie it around a horse. And then I'm sure Danica can just stay up here and help us with the horses when it's time to come back up.
If we're,
I don't know, cause you like my Danica voice.
Like,
What if more of those little dragon kobold things come? I don't know that I want to be the only one here with a couple of horses if that happens.
that's right. And if we come back, there'll be some horse meat for us. Correct. Alright. So we'll go down the hole. Start lighting up torches. Handing it to everyone.
Okay, so everyone's got a torch. Actually, Carrow may have some torches too. Do I keep exiting it out? No, I don't. Yeah, she's got 10 on her as well. So,
all right. Well, I would take everybody else's rope, do the
Okay.
old tie to my ankle, slide down the hole,
the old classic.
the classic slide down the hole, and then once I get to the end of that first rope, we put in another pitten.
Are you using a
So,
pitten for outside too, or no?
Up top, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to. Well, I tell you what, make a survival check, or whoever's doing the pitting.
Here goes nothing, friends. Here we go.
Here as hell.
How'd it go? I need to fix my. There we go. Yeah, it looks fine. It'll hold. Sure.
Here goes nothing, friends.
You ever go
Uh,
down a slippery slide and go down first, and then someone bigger goes down after you, like your older brother, and you just get clocked in the head? I think
So,
that's what's gonna happen. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I'd go as far as the 3 ropes that we have would allow us, so 150 feet up to.
Yeah, but the damaged one's the last rope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could expect it, and it doesn't look terrible, so it should still be pretty serviceable, all things considered. Okay. Yeah, so you get your first 50 feet down. You make another survival check for the next pitting.
That's not as good.
Okay. Oh, that one went in really easily. But probably just because you've gotten the hang of it. So, no big deal.
I'm cognizant. Well, that won't matter. Yeah, okay.
So you're gonna fashion a rope to this, and then are you going to untie the one from your ankle and then retie a new one?
That's the plan.
Huh. Okay. I'm just picturing you dangling, and then you're gonna do a serious crunch.
Well, yeah, so I would retie, I would tie the new one on there first. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
And
Right.
then untie the old one. I mean, yeah.
Okay. So, so you fashion the new rope around your ankle, and you slowly kind of like release pressure on the walls to begin to slide a little more, and the same kind of thing as before. You continue to go down. It feels like there's like another little bend, and another bend, and then like another tiny drop, and then you start to see what looks like actually some sort of like odd split in the path coming up, and it's coming up pretty quickly. Looks like there's tunnel to the left. Looks like there's tunnel to the right. Make a decision.
Left.
Left. All right. So you slide out to the left. Another 50 feet of rope going. You feel that kind of tug again as this rope reaches its end. You can kind of feel. I don't not you. It's not you don't feel it. Maybe you smell as much as you smell kind of what like more clay and kind of dirt other than ice. So maybe perhaps you're getting to the end of this, or something else is on the other end. But you're now dangling 100 feet on your second rope. I guess you're still 50 feet, but you're now 100 feet away from the entrance.
Okay. Let's go rope number 3. Let's put in that pitting and keep going.
Okay. Rake another one more survival check. Man. Yeah, you're just good at this. I mean, what else is there to say? You're in this moment. You're kind of wondering why do you even like bring DeQuinn with you everywhere? You could do all this on your own.
Yep.
And it's so you're going to do the same thing where you tie the rope around and.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Reliable. That's what I call it.
As you're starting to tie this rope around your foot and fasten it to this pitton, you slowly, again, like you've done before, you release the wall a little bit, and you go about 5, maybe 10 feet until you just drop suddenly. And you drop and you free fall for what feels like eternity. It's probably like a couple of seconds, and you face first onto the cave floor, with about 20 feet of rope falling slack next to your face.
Fair.
You actually, it's not bad. You take 3 points of fall damage.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Wait, we have choices in the matter?
Yeah, I apparently.
Okay.
All about choices.
But you've reached the floor.
Allow it.
On the Adaxi, DeQuinn, Carrow up top. You didn't really hear anything. It's been a couple minutes, 5 minutes. You tug the rope a little bit, then he went down, it's slack.
I think you made it down safely. I think next would be the lightest. Adaxi and I would probably go last. Danica. Carrow.
Yeah, maybe Carrow should go first. And she's already like kind of pushed Danica to the side and is like halfway in, and she grabs the rope with one hand, and she's like, "So do I just?" And use her, and she just loses her footing and then just goes down, and she's like trying to grab the rope as she goes. It's slowing her a little bit, but she's still not able to really get a foothold, and her hands get wet and she slips a little more.
DeQuinn is just laughing so much.
Let's see. Okay. She's gone from view.
Alright, that boosts me full of confidence. Danica, you're up.
Oh, man, boy, that doesn't, okay. Okay. Goes into the entrance, starts trying to do the same thing, has a little more success, probably because she's got her clothing, she's not, like, fully armored. Like, Carrow's, like, in full, like, plate armor, if I'm not mistaken. At least heavier armor. She kind of starts to wind down and...
Hello? There we go.
Can you hear me?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I guess I was muted.
Oh. She starts to wind her way down. You
I
kind of
was
hear
saying I was gonna give her guidance so she didn't feel so nervous
Oh.
about doing it, but I was muted. I couldn't tell.
Well, you can roll. It's a D4, right?
It's just a spell. It's just a buff.
But doesn't it give a D4 to ability check?
It gives her ability check technically, but I'm talking as a RP action.
Oh.
Just kind of assuring her that she'll be fine.
Yeah, as she right before she makes a second bend, you kind of hear giggling. And she's gone.
Yeah, she's gone. Well, I'll go next.
Alright, Walrus.
Okay. Adaxi, yeah, so anything you want to do is you're just going to kind of pop in, you're going to...
Just gonna be, as light-footed as I possibly can.
Okay. So as you start to... Yeah, it's actually maybe a little easier for you because you're a little larger and you can kind of spread your legs and even use your hands and your trunk, really, to, like, slow your descent as much as you can. And you do pretty well right up until you hit that first sort of, like, little 5-foot drop. It doesn't hurt, but it kind of throws you off, and you're starting to lose your footing. There are ropes to the right of you, kind of like following the trail if you want to reach out and use it, or... So you're starting to slide a little faster than you can control.
A little faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll try to slow with the rope.
So you're in probably second rope territory. Yeah, so so you grab the rope and he rolled a 3 for the pitten. No, that pitten pops right out, or piton, or whatever. Is it pitten? How do you pronounce it? Pitten?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It pops right out of the wall. I mean, he must have put it in, I don't know, a piece of mud, and you hear like you hear a sound as you grab this right rope, and you start to slide even faster. Now the second rope is just coming with you.
Great.
Uh,
I try to slow myself as much as I can. Yeah, just on the surfaces.
You've got the
My weight out.
he kind of grinds to a halt a little bit.
Legs.
You do see, because you're now catching the rope that's laid out across. You do see in this split, you see your rope that you're carrying fading to the left some. But it looks like there's actually some sort of little deviation. It can go left or right.
You're saying that there's a split?
Yeah.
and the rope goes one way and I'm going towards the other one.
Well, you're seeing the split, and you can see the rope like fade to the left. So you have the choice of either like you want to be a rebel and you can go to the right, or if you want to follow the rope's path at least that you see forward.
But I'm holding that rope's gone, right?
It's coming with you as you slide.
I guess I don't understand how it's going left away from me.
Well, because he already laid the rope when he came through. So the top of the top pitton came out as you were holding it. So you're carrying the top of the rope down with you, but the rest of the rope has already been held out. So you're essentially following its trail if you want to the left. You just
I would just follow the trail.
Yeah, you're just bringing the top of the rope with you.
Right.
Follow the rope. All right, DeQuinn, what's your play here?
I'll pull out my 2 hand axes and use them as like little ice picks and try and climb down that way because I think I'm too heavy for the rope. So I'll try and do the best I can with that.
Okay.
Creating grooves.
Make an athletics check with advantage.
On at 20, yo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm a speedy mountain climber.
So you see Adaxi has a little bit of trouble going down, and so you kind of really abandoning this whole rope thing. And in the back of your head too, you're like, I saw Davos kind of put that pitton in, and I'm not 100% sure if he continued to do that the correct way all the way down. So you just basically, you start to slide, and as you feel like, you're getting a little too quick, you just dig those hand axes into the side, and they start slowing you down a little bit, and then you can pluck them out and do this over and over. You hit to the end of the first rope, and the second rope is kind of gone. So there is no, if there was a second rope, which I guess you're not even 100% sure there was, there's nothing there. So you continue to follow that path, and you two come to this same sort of split, one to the left, one to the right. You can use with the nat 20, you can use the hand axes. You can essentially stop right before the decision.
Yeah, I'll stop before the decision. Do I see any scrape marks going left or right?
Make a perception check. With disadvantage, right?
Yeah, well, I assume I couldn't really hold the torch while doing this, so...
Not unless you stuck it in your mouth.
No, that'll damage my horns.
No, that's true. That's true.
8.
It's taking a lot of your focus, really, just to make sure that you've got a good tight hold. Odaxi would have came through with some force, probably. It does look like the path kind of does run to the left a little more.
I'm going left.
Okay. All right. So you follow left, and you apparently made the right decision, as you do come up on. Each of you actually come across. Daxi, you would come first. Technically, be Carrow, but there's no point in really RPing too much when she's not here. So you do come across the third rope again, and so you can actually, in this case, reach out again, Daxi, if you want to try and grab this third rope to slow down a little.
Yeah, I'll grab that rope too.
I think what'd you roll in that first? That 6. This one feels like it gives a little, but it actually does manage to hold. So you're able to now wrap this rope around and kind of slow your descent some. Well, no, because you slid, so you'd be fine. Davos, what are you doing as soon as you land?
Getting up. Thank you.
Just wanted to know before a Minotaur and Loxodon came screaming through the.
I'm immediately getting out of the way. I'd light a torch.
Okay, you hear shortly after you kind of sort of land on the ground and establish the bottom, an armored young woman swearing profusely as she comes through the final little turn there. And plops on the ground. Let's see. Yeah, she lands pretty well. She almost does like a little superhero landing, kind of landing on one knee and one leg, and looks around and kind of brushes herself off. And Danica comes shooting right behind her. She lands squarely on her tail. Jukes. I tell you what, I should have done this for Davos too, but I didn't. Jukes, make a dexterity saving throw.
Odaxi, please.
I'm sorry, Odaxi.
I'll just wait. My name's changed in Discord.
I know. I'm just so used to calling you that,
Yeah.
especially in Discord.
What am I making?
A dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you land squarely on your tush.
Yes, gracefully though.
Well, no, not gracefully at all, actually. Let's see. You take
I make a loud.
noise.
Noise.
2 points of fall damage. DeQuinn, as you come through, you following the same technique you've been doing. You've got the hang of it now, and probably done this in the past, climbing like some cliffs and things like that to the north. You do see the third pitten, and
Can I smack it in? Because I saw the other one like dislodge and there's no rope.
sure, make a survival check. Yeah, as you're kind of like just crawling down and the last little bit of this tunnel, at least you don't quite know that yet. You kind of take the hand axe, flip it over, blunt side down, and pop the back of it, and it goes in a little more. So you feel a little better about it. As you get closer to the bottom, you can kind of see there is an opening that just goes straight down.
I'll gingerly try and get down there.
You like wiggle and get like your feet as close as you can to the hole, and then just really like bring the hand axes in really quickly. And you guys see DeQuinn very gracefully just kind of like land on both feet as he was able to kind of right himself and find the good landing. So you don't have to worry about any falling. And I will move you guys over.
Oh, you all have a good trip.
It was a tumble. Ooh.
So this new cave is now, it's not as icy, it's just there's more dirt and mud and muck. It's opens up into this large sort of cavern, and it's extremely dark. With the torch that you did, I can probably reveal a little bit more here. Oh. Sorry. Doing this from a different laptop. There we go. So let's see. As you lit the torch and you start to kind of open up this look around the area a little more, you do see, if I'm doing this correctly, which I have a feeling I'm not. I am not. I took away. God. Here we go.
It is magic.
Click, 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 click. You do see what looks like a pile of sort of this smaller bones. They look like they've not too terribly fresh, but not old. Like they are not settled. There's not a lot of dust on them. Let's see. Boy, I did not think this out when I planned on doing revealing with a fog of war, because I'm doing it from the laptop under me. So it's like, there we go.
Can't discern what kind of bones those are.
Make a medicine check.
I'm gonna go on a string of high rolls here sometime. It's gotta happen soon.
No, I mean, you've kind of more disgusted, like you're trying not to vomit while you look them over, and you can't even look at them anymore. The smell is starting to get to you a little bit. It doesn't even matter what bones they are to you.
Got it.
Just revealing corners at a time here. There we go. That's fine for now. It's eerily quiet down here. Above you, you can see kind of the hole that where you fell through, and get the sense that if something's climbing through here, that they're doing it with some sort of aid other than like, you know, like they need some sort of ladder or something. The ceiling's probably like 20 feet up from you. This is driving me nuts. So you say, Davos, you lit a torch, right?
I did, but I also have night vision up to 120 feet.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how that would help pragmatically for you, but in general.
Oh, pragmatically, it probably doesn't do much. Let's see. That's really more of a me problem, though. That's not a you problem.
I'll light my torch though.
Okay, yeah, if, you know, even... So with your torchlight, you get about 30 feet. So if you don't have some sort of dark vision or some sort of way to see in the dark, I don't think Carrow does either, to be honest with you, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Features and traits. Yeah, because it'd be under, additional sense types. Yeah, she can't. She's actually going to kind of don the shield on her back, take out a torch and light it as well. She's going to have her sword in one hand, or I'm sorry, her hammer in one hand and a torch in the other. Did you have dark vision, Odaxy? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I do have keen smell.
Okay.
Which is not helping me right now.
It's kind of it's overloading you. The smell of of muck and dust and, like, I don't know, stale air. You get there's not a lot of airflow through here. Yeah, if you press forward up there, actually, I'll have to move our two friends here. Yeah, there's like a little entrance away forward, right? Let me pull these two up. You will see in the next room. There we go. Oh boy. Yeah, over on the over to the right, you see like a very similar looking, like, lizard kobold figure, kind of hunched over on this rock here, and it's like very very animated breaths, very deep in, deep out, kind of as it's kind of looking over and like leaning, almost slumped over this rock. This off the ground, there's like a little lip that's probably about 5 feet up higher than the ground you guys are on. Carrow, what is it doing?
Should I play my drum and see if it wants to come play?
I don't think that worked out last time.
But I think it worked out. What do you know?
For us.
Very slow, sort of expanding and just decompression of it over there in the corner.
Dugrin would turn to Davos and be like, do we just shoot it and kill it?
No.
Does it seem preoccupied?
It's
something that we could just go by it.
There's nothing else. You don't see any movement or anything behind it. It definitely seems preoccupied because it hasn't turned at all.
Can we? I would say, to Quinn, I want to know what it's freaking out about. It seems like it's scared or it's been running.
Can we we talk to it?
If
Yeah,
you feel kobold.
I want to. Let me try to talk to it. We can always smash it if we need to.
Do you speak kobold? Or is it
I
draconic?
don't. I hope it speaks English or fantasy English. Common.
Common. It would be the correct fantasy English.
If we all get out of sight, can I like shout and try to echo through this cave here so that I can hear me?
You can try whatever you'd like.
Yeah. All right. So I would say, hey, if we need to crush this thing, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. But let's try to get out of sight. And, I want to try to shout at it.
Carrow kind of steps in front of Danica and around the corner of the wall there. Stay close to me, Danica.
I want to. I'm going to use minor illusion to make
Okay.
my voice sound dragon-y.
Sure.
I don't know. How do you describe that? You ever see a movie with a dragon in it? The dragon, like, I don't know. Is
Like
that
that,
helpful?
like deep booming, like
Gotta
the.
roll. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess I get a sense of what you're trying there.
Yeah. So I want to say, what troubles you, child?
So in this quote unquote dragony voice.
Agony voice.
Your tokens are weird. I'm gonna tell you all real quick before I forget. I modified the size of your tokens some to make them look different. So like it's actually not like a normal size because if you resize your token, you can press Alt and you can use it to make it bigger or smaller. So I made you guys just kind of look somewhat okay, but like you're clearly not snapping to the grid correctly. If you press Alt, Odaxi, you can put and when you move when you slide your token.
Oh, yeah.
You can put yourself-
The grid.
Exactly, yeah.
I wish I want that to be default, honestly.
There might be a way.
The line. Yeah.
I think she may turn off grids in the future for a map and then just put on
Grid is
maps
good
with.
to no distance though. It's just snap to grid.
But I can put I think just a grid. Put a gridded up there it just looks like it's just lines. It's not actually. Anyway, we'll sort it out for later. If you want me to make you normal size too or normal 4x4, 2x2, I can.
No, that's fine.
In this thunderous sort of strong, deep voice, you said, "What ails you, my child?"
Yeah.
Echoes throughout the cavern. It doesn't seem to move, or even acknowledge that something's been said.
All right, let's kill it. That didn't work, guys.
Carrow be able to do a divine sense?
Sure. Let's see, features and traits. So yeah, you see her she grasps her symbol of tear and it begins to glow a bit, and then there's like a boom, almost like a ping, and like a beacon just kind of goes out like in this fluorescent warm yellow light away from her. So I'll spin one there and check my notes. No, and no, nothing. Just looks at nothing. I sense nothing near here that's unholy, at least.
Would you like to talk more, Tavos, or should we just
Couldn't
split
I
it
speak
sideways?
to the other kobolds?
You speak Draconic, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm just measuring.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't me.
Would you like to say something, Walrus?
No. Sorry, I was just confirming.
I'm gonna get behind these rocks. Are these rocks like big enough that I can still like kind of hide behind them, or are they just little?
No, you probably get like half cover from him.
All right, I want to cast Mage Hand and tap this thing on the shoulder.
Okay. So
From
that
behind these rocks.
sort of ethereal hand kind of comes from your hand and just meanders over and just taps him on the back.
Yeah.
You see like his shoulder kind of just twitches, but nothing really changes besides that weird sort of like inhale, exhale, expanding and tightening of his body.
Okay. I would.
Is there any spider webs everywhere or anything like that?
Yeah. Now that I'm a little bit more in the second chamber, is there anything different I notice?
You see to the south, there's like another sort of do it that way. There's like another little pathway through there. Same dim light, or dim, no light really down here.
Yeah, I can't imagine if there's anything else in this cave that it didn't hear me when I shouted. So I don't know. Do we just kill this guy? Do we not really care about him one way or the other? What do you guys think?
Nah, they're vermin. They deserve to be
We
extinct.
shouldn't have him to our back if we're moving forward,
Okay.
but we should attack.
Uh,
The other ones attacked us, this one likely.
Yeah, the other one damaged my horn.
sure.
They all shot me.
Yeah, I'll firebolt this guy.
Okay. It's a deck save.
Roll to attack, I think.
Roll to attack.
With a 7.
Yeah, these are bad numbers, man. Fix my thing.
Okay. Yeah. Here, let me Control Alt
Physical
Delete.
dice, take
Yeah.
a picture, send it through Discord.
As you know, you don't want to get too close to this thing because it's clearly acting strangely, not acknowledging that it's other things around it. The firebolt lands like up to the left, actually near the embankment that it's laying across. The pop, even though it doesn't strike directly on the kobold, it's enough that the kobold slides kind of down the side of that embankment, and as it does, it falls over, and you can see when you expose the front that there's this just hundreds, thousands of small maggots and like centipedes and different sort of insects feasting on the insides of this thing. And when it hits, you realize that the expanding of its chest is not breathing. It's small critters moving in and around and under its skin and inside of its organs. And you see it's actually very swollen. And right as it falls, it pops. And Odax, you smell this foul, like gaseous excrement from all of these bugs, feasting on the inside of the kobold. And
Looks like we found dinner, boys.
I say I killed it.
Nice warning shot there, Davos.
Did it. Dead hit. Got him.
coming from this thing now are two large masses of bugs as they kind of sort of scramble to find like their food source that was kind of that they were finishing up. Come on, there we go.
I wish it didn't hit it.
We're going to roll initiative now. So let me switch over here. We don't worry about switching with this is eerie enough.
Oh, I don't think you got the tracker on.
Sorry, I muted myself real quick. You can click your token and there's no counter up.
Yeah, my first roll was 15. I just forgot to click my token.
Let's see, there we go. You said 15?
Yeah. It's very important.
Sure.
It's the best roll he's had all night.
That's true.
Now we're into the game. It's the first time I rolled above 10, so
Oh no.
thanks for fixing this
Yeah, you should be good now, right?
Looks great.
Just gonna add.
So we can say no to damage, and we can complain when we roll bad, and then we can roll good. Alright, I like this campaign thus far.
Yeah, it's really just really friendly. What are my modifiers for insects? They can't be that good. Yep. Okay. So yeah, these insects are like, oh, I gotta do Carrows too, don't I? Let's see. Do this.
Danica?
Yeah, I do. I could roll both of them actually. Let's see. I hate that Roll20 does this. It doesn't readjust the. It doesn't readjust the. I don't know what I'm trying to say. When I right click something, if it's off screen, it's off screen. It doesn't try to like push it toward do it the opposite direction or anything like that. It's really annoying. Carrow. 7.
Yep, that seems like her.
Yep. Because I think she's got a -1 to initiative, I believe. Oh no, she has +1 actually. And then Danica, we'll just roll a d20. No modifier. 6. Okay. So now finishing up their meal on these on this kobold, they kind of turn towards you all and begin to like slowly like rolling over themselves and on top of things that of rock and things like that. It's almost like this amorphous mass of bugs. It's descending. Okay. But DeQuinn, you're the first up.
Alright, well, he will
Let's change
move
things
to
now.
the front. And then you see all the tattoos light up blue as he wields his great halberd, and a blue light shoots out to everyone in the party, and he'll strike his halberd down, raging onto these things. Not reckless.
Which one?
This one.
Okay. Let's see.
How'd you
That
do
hits.
to hide the damages? Never mind.
Sorry, does it hit?
It does hit, yes.
8 damage.
Okay, you just bring down the halberd and just you hear the satisfying crunch of I don't know, 1,000 bugs, maybe hundreds of bugs. It seems like, and then they start to like
It's like swatting it, flat blade, just straight through it.
they start to like crawl around like and get on top of the halberd and like start to work their way up the shaft of the halberd. Okay, let's see.
This is gonna be like a Pokemon battle, bees versus bugs.
Oh no. Up next is Davos.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast this little thing called Infestation at the bugs that DeQuinn just hit.
Okay.
Guess I should press the button.
It'd be nice.
Let's do it.
Constitution save.
It always freaks me out when you do that, doubles.
18.
Yeah, that saves.
So, what does infestation do? Did it say?
It's a bunch of insects.
Oh, okay.
Appear on a creature. You have to succeed or take 1d6 points of damage.
It's a miss if they save though, right?
Yeah, it's not high damage. They saved.
What bugs did you create? The bees again?
No, thanks for asking. This is a giant weta bug.
Oh, it's one bug?
Well, it's an infestation though, so it's.
Oh, okay. Well, as you cast, you can see that like they actually absorb into the swarm and sort of like disappear as like these insects just crawl into these beetles. You said what? Massive what?
Giant weta. Here, I'll help you.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
If we might as well make this an educational stream at this point now too. Oh God, those are horrifying. Um, yeah, and so these bugs, they quickly are outnumbered, and the infestation is actually infested by this swarm of creatures, of like all sorts of like centipedes and weird, creepy crawlies. And it doesn't have any effect, unfortunately.
Okay.
Next is Odexy. Oh, you guys just lined right up in order. That was nice.
Yeah. I'm going to cast. I lost my window. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
On that same group to try
Sure.
to smother them in flames.
Dex save. A 10. So
Okay.
it is
Max damage.
full 8
And
damage.
max damage.
Yeah, so you point to those bugs that Quinn was just smothering, and there's a fire of flame just shoots out, and you can smell kind of like the burning of the insects and the popping of their like chitinous sort of exterior. Yeah, they're in this pile that you guys are trying to beat on. You can see that there's now a lot more dead bugs than there are live ones. There are not many left in that
Not
swarm
dead yet.
in
Okay.
particular. No, not yet.
I'll just creep in behind Davos here.
Okay.
So
Up
that's
next.
Pocket chunk on his shoulder.
Up next, these bugs are going to now move forward, and they're going to swarm around Quinn. And each is going to make an attack. They start to like crawl up your leg, to Quinn, and try to like they fight through your thick sort of fur, I'm assuming you kind of have on your legs. And pants and whatever else you're wearing down there, but they're starting to try and make their way up your body. It's gonna be a 7, which is not gonna do anything, and a 16 to hit.
16 does hit.
Oh. Okay. Wow. Wait. Oh, okay. So it's actually this one. Sorry. It's gonna be 3 bite damage. So they just with 3.
Is it piercing?
It is piercing damage. Yeah.
Okay, so 2.
Okay. And they start to kind of like nibble and on. It doesn't hurt very much, but you can see that they're like starting to aggressively try and like tear at the bottom portion of your leg. The other ones can't seem to get over and make their way up as you just kind of sidestep them to the left and create space in between them. They're not very quick either. Okay. Up next is let's see, Danica, I believe. Yeah, she's gonna continue just to kind of cower back here. She has no interest in dealing anything with these buggos. She's just gonna step over here. And then now it's Carrow's turn. She will take her movement. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. She can't actually get through because there's a large Loxodon blocking the door. Does she have anything that she can do ranged? Oh, she does. Oh, she does have a javelin, though. I think she's been slinging, doesn't she? Yeah. I'll make a javelin attack. Oh, wow. So just from Davos and Odaxi, as you guys are... She can't really see that one, but she can see this one at least. As you guys are kind of standing there, one shooting fire, the other one trying to fight Bug-On, create a Bug-on-Bug war. A javelin just kind of like slays past both of your guys' ears and just into this pile of swarm. And it cuts right through and it skids across the ground. She kind of throws it low and hard. But you can see like several little bugs are like sliced in half immediately. So that's actually a pretty good hit. Okay, I think it's back to DeQuinn.
I'm going to smash this one.
Okay.
Not very effectively. Does a 10 hit?
It does not. No. This time, as you like lift your halberd up to bring it back on again, they kind of fan out in different directions from the shadow and kind of like just crawl around. You just clang against the ground and not able to get a clean hit. You get a few, but you don't feel like you did any actual damage to the swarm.
Turn around. They're intelligent.
All right, Davos, you're up.
Right. Move here. Cast Firebolt at this one. How's it 11?
Yes, you're just able to like you hit a big mound of them, and then you realize, oh shit, those are ones that he'd already squished before, and the rest of the swarm is like on top of DeQuinn, and you feel like you would have to light him on fire to actually hit anything. I'm sorry.
I would not do that.
Well, think about it. It's an option.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Odaxa, you're up.
Whoa. Woolworths, man, you're muted.
I'm gonna give him what for? Move up. Give him a mace smack.
Okay. This group right here? I'm assuming.
Yeah, the top group. Try to, just protect the flank here.
I like it. Yeah, the mace, not the most effective weapon, at least not for this crowd. And again, you do hear the satisfying crunch of a few, but you just feel like it's not enough to really do significant damage to this massive. At this rate, you're killing like one bug in a sea of like 10,000. So it does not do anything. Anything else you want to do?
Since that seemed pretty ineffective, I'm just gonna move. Let's see, what was this? 15 there. If I moved like back to here and not block the door.
Yeah, sure. This should be fine. Okay. Up next is the swarms. They're gonna take one attack. Oh, okay. So you moved away from them up here, didn't you? So they're gonna get an attack of opportunity on you. So do you want to do that?
On me?
Yeah, because didn't you move beside them and move away from them, or am I wrong?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So when you move within 5 feet of a creature that you're hostile against, if they have a reaction, they can actually take a swipe at you.
Okay.
So they basically they would get a free attack on you if you move away from them. So you can do that. That's fine. I'm just letting you know.
I have a thick hide. I don't think they'll be able to do anything.
Okay, I like that. Well, so for their attack, they're gonna do a 16 to hit.
That does hit. If it's equal to, does it hit?
Yeah, it does. It's 5 piercing damage.
Ow.
Do you have a shield?
Got me right on the soft parts.
What's
I
that?
do have a shield.
Is it
That
on?
already added? Yeah.
He has like no dex, so
Ah,
yeah, he didn't take any dex. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm negative. Or 8 dex.
Because your AC is calculated not by dex anyway, isn't it? Don't you have like a base AC or something like that? Something about a thick hide. I could be wrong.
Shield plus 2. Yeah, I do have thick hide. I'm trying to find it. Natural armor. When you aren't wearing armor, your AC is 12 plus your constitution.
Okay.
And then your shield benefits. So 14 base and then the shield.
So since you moved away, well, they're not really intelligent. So we're not gonna do that. They're both gonna make bite attacks against our Minotaur friend again. Where is that? It is a 9 and a 7. So they're both like trying to like biting what they're like gnawing at your hoof essentially, thinking that it's part of your leg, but they're not able to actually do anything to it.
Kind of jiggles.
So they are pretty ineffective there. Okay, Danica is also. She's going to continue to. She's kind of you kind of hear in the back. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Not a big fan of the bugs. Carrow is.
She gave us motivation. Good.
Yeah, yeah. No, she inspired you. Let's see.
Oh, you want us to kill them?
Carrow's gonna move. Oh no, I'm revealing. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's gonna come in with her warhammer and she's just gonna bring it down with all of its might. Let's see.
You know what rhymes with might, right?
And she's going to completely miss. Well, not completely miss again. Same kind of thing. She hits the outskirts of him, kills, probably like, I don't know, 20 or 40, but all in all, it's not enough to actually to do any significant damage to the swarm. Back to the top. To Quinn, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to recklessly swing with my halberd onto the one that I've been trying to kill. In front.
Okay. When in doubt, go reckless.
Yeah, I don't think it helps, but 13.
13 does hit. And with that, you bringing it down flat side, right on. You like kick off the leg, do like a little dance to get whatever's on you off, and then you take a step back and just bring it down, and you completely crush what looks like to be anything threatening left in this swarm. Most of them just lying dead on the ground. So they are toast.
I like toast.
You like all food?
Okay.
Pretty much.
Davos, you're up.
Here it is, boys.
The finale.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over here. Well, maybe, I don't know. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. And I'm gonna firebolt these fellas over there.
Hey, that'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do. Okay. So yeah, you just hear again that sort of sizzle, almost kind of smells like popcorn. Popcorn, a little bit of burnt hair as you singe a portion of the bugs in that group. Daxi, I think you're up, right?
Yeah. I'll try. I don't have to move line of sight for this sacred flame, right?
I don't believe so. It should tell you on there, I think.
It doesn't say anything about line of sight.
I think you just have to see them, and you can see them through, like, to Quinn and.
Okay, and yeah, target gets no cover, no benefit from cover.
Yeah, I think you create the flame on them, actually,
Right.
rather than shoot it.
Right. So I'll be doing that too.
Okay.
Sacred flame. I swear I'm not like just writing in a.
DC 13 Dex.
Just getting those max damages.
Oh yeah, I mean they do this time. They feel the sizzle underneath them, and a few of them scatter out of the way. But you do get a healthy chunk of them. Oh wait, is it hit or miss completely, or is it half damage on a save?
Target must succeed Dex saving throw or take the damage. That's all it says.
Okay, so they miss. So yeah,
Okay, so
you-
I missed.
you although it was a very bright flame, it wasn't enough. It shot up instead of out, and it didn't cut through many of them, but got a few. Okay. I think now being swung at by Carrow, they're gonna turn and take a bite at her. Let's see. But they're nowhere near getting through her thick metal armor, and she kind of shakes them off and does a little dance and probably screams a little bit if I had to guess. I suspect Carrow doesn't like bugs as much, and but they actually aren't able to do anything. I'm a little behind in turn order, aren't I? So she will return the favor and try and crush them again, I think. Because I don't think she's going to waste any spell slots or anything like that. Bringing the Warhammer down. Oh, yeah, she gets one-handed because she's holding the torch in the other hand. Oh, you guys watch as she does a really solid hit and probably crushes almost half of the bugs in one swing. So this other swarm to the top here is looking like it's a little under half strength there. More should I keep doing that? More dead bugs than alive at this point. To Quinn, you're up.
Yeah, I would like to smash the other half, please.
Okay. Or it doesn't matter, I guess. 16 hits. And with that, the remaining bugs that kind of that rallied or that avoided the Warhammer as it came down were just again smothered by the flat side of a halberd. And the second swarm, what's left of them, they begin to skitter and start to run for the walls in all sorts of different directions. But the swarms themselves both are toast. Oops. And with that, we are out of combat.
Hey, great job, guys. Everyone did an effective amount of damage.
Yeah, hard to say who the key players here were. He was so well rounded. Is there anything on our dead kobold friend's gross body?
No, he kind of imploded. What was it? Well, he was wrapped in rags as it was. There doesn't seem there's be any weapons there or anything of value.
I want to inspect the bones over here if they're actually in the room.
Yeah, they are. Make a medicine check, or are you investigation? What are you trying to determine? I guess is the better question. Just to see like what.
I want to know. I guess if they're cobalt bones or not.
Sure, make a medicine check.
Duquin's gonna put his hand on his shoulder and say,
What?
"May God bless you," and cast. Nah, again, I don't have guidance.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell the dragon-esque form of the head, and it's so small. It's definitely reptilian in nature, and it without a doubt, you can compare it to like kind of what's left of the one that imploded. It looks to be a kobold.
So it died similar to this one, like some type of infection or infestation.
I'll say with that check, no, it doesn't look like something.
Or I couldn't tell from the bones, probably actually.
Well, you do see on some of the bones they're snapped clean in half with strong force. And you know that like insects wouldn't really be able to do that per se.
So there might be something bigger here.
Yeah, something else killed them and clawed at and again, yeah, like there's a couple there's splintered some of the bone pieces there.
Giant water bugs.
Those things are weird, man.
Maybe they eat carrots, so.
Yeah, that makes them even weirder to me.
Full image.
Yeah, who eats
They look like
carrot?
those guys in Men in Black that like chain smoke.
The tall ones.
Yeah.
They're like really slender or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let me reveal a little more here. There you go. As you guys kind of like stand in the entrance of like this connected.
Walk forward with my torch, curiosity getting the better of me.
Okay.
Yeah, I found the hole through the hallway.
Okay, you guys see. You guys are probably 30 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll say, Davos, you can see the entire room essentially, right? 120 feet.
Yeah, I've got 120.
All right. What's funny is when I use like the polygon reveal that's the name of that tool or whatever. You kind of have to do it in like multiple clicks to make it look somewhat organic. Otherwise, it just looks like a square, and I'm just like ADHD enough that or OCD enough that I can't fucking stand that. So you see to the right, there's like there's that, or to the little, it'll be your right. There is a big rock, and then there's in the center there's a couple rocks, and but to the bottom left from you guys, southeast, I guess, on the actual map, there is like another little entrance. Daxi, you do start to smell another foul stench. This one, it's like a little more. It's a little different than the one that you were smelling earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
The bugs, and different from the bugs.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to try to see if I can identify it by the smell.
A roll of perception. Well, roll a perception check with advantage, and we'll see. We'll see what we can come up with. So you have advantage for smell, I believe.
You ever see those old comics of like the submarines and they put that little telescope out of the water and then it's like looks left and right?
That's what he does with his trunk.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine it. Yeah.
That's actually
So
awesome.
I sniff out into the air with my trunk. Deftly.
You don't. This is not a scent that you're familiar with, and I don't know. Do you remember all of your smells like with 100%? You don't have. That's not an ability, is it? For you?
It's gonna be a homebrew.
Elephants do have great memory.
Well, so there's the observant feat, right, which remembers everything you experience for like 30 days.
No.
So I didn't know if
that. I probably note keep fairly well.
Yeah, this is not a smell that you're familiar with, but with your keen sense, you do realize that it's coming from above you. The room's tall. The ceilings in this room of the cavern specifically, they're above 30 feet. I will say, torchlight's not going to reach it. You can roll a perception check with, you can roll a roller. I'm thinking it's got to be Davos because he's the only one that can see beyond, the darkness. Roll a perception check with disadvantage.
How do you toggle advantage and disadvantage on D&D Beyond?
When I click it, always ask. Like I have the setting in.
I did the ask only, yeah, because the toggle was being weird for me. Like it wasn't working all the time, but it's supposed to be shift or alt or control.
Yeah, so I just always have it ask.
Is there a toggle button? I'm just gonna roll it twice for now.
That's fine. Yeah, it's one of the settings you can say like always prompt. I think for.
Yeah, it's part of the
Yeah, well, that's a persuasion. So those are both persuasion.
Those are both persuasion. Oh.
I was persuading you.
No, I mean you rolled 2 natural 20s.
You wasted your 2 good rolls on things that didn't count.
Well, no, they're fine. It's just 22 instead of 25.
Right, it's 22 instead of 20. Yeah, right.
So as soon as Odaxi says that, you start to scan the ceiling, and with dark vision, you can really only make out like contrast. It's hard to you don't see like perfectly up there or anything like that, but you do see what you thought was like a stalactite, but it kind of shifts and it scurries across the top of the roof, and now you can see it up there, and it's kind of looking in your direction. But you see its head's kind of moving pretty quickly, scanning in your area, but not really ever locking in on any of you. And then you see its open, what you assume is its mouth, and close it, and then kind of also look back in your direction a little more and scurry a little closer to you. So you can see it now that you're tracking, you know what you're looking for, at least in the outline of the ceiling, you can see it. And it's kind of like, you guys see like, it happens kind of naturally anyway, like there's like a little bit of dust fall here and there, but now that Davos has pointed it, well, if Davos decides to point it out, Davos, you can see kind of the dust fall and trail every now and then as it comes across a certain like portion of the ceiling.
And in relation to, let's say, DeQuinn, what size is this thing? Is it huge?
It's
like
bigger.
Cool. I'm going to definitely point it out to my friends and get between these rocks.
Okay, as you start to take his... Go ahead.
say, should we just run through this opening that we saw before? Just piece it. I mean, if it's bigger than me, it can do a lot more damage than me.
You should tread lightly. Try not to disturb it. Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Davos, make an intelligence check. That's what I want. That's karma balancing in the universe. Okay. What's it gonna be? You can see now. You see, but you don't understand. I guess, Davos, what you're looking at. Even as like Odoxy kind of took that step towards the right over here, it snapped over and looked at him. And then when you ran around the rocks, it was like watching you run along over there, looking in your direction. Opening its mouth. Yeah, it's probably like another 10 feet, 15 feet beyond the range of the torch.
Davos, does it see us?
Yep.
Carrow holding her other torch. What is it?
It's a big thing.
Danica's, I don't think that's a Chwinga. Or a chimichanga. You see it start to scurry. It's going to be on the roof right about in this direction, Davos. Kind of split between you and Odoxy. And it starts to scurry over the top of Odoxy.
You should run. Or
I'm going for the other room.
As you take your first step, before you quite get that far.
So here.
Yeah, right there. And with your smell, because you both rolled really well, you can see Davos kind of he goes, Odoxy, and then as he starts to say it, you see the figure kind of release from the ceiling. Odoxy, make a dexterity saving throw. It should be a disadvantage, but I think because with your smell and with Davos spotting it, it's going to be normal. As you start to hear the words come out of his mouth, you turn and you can see now that it comes into the torchlight. This large creature comes and cracks down right next to you. I'm in the wrong layer.
Yo! Go over there.
Well, it was gonna land right on Odoxy, and actually it's looking at Odoxy. If I can turn it, you see this odd creature with the mouth and face of a vulture and a beak and a snout, but it's got a chitinous beetle body, much like the beetle much like the beetle. I can never remember the name of the beetle you use, so I can't keep bringing it back up again. It's got this, it's got this beetle-like torso. But from its hands are these long, 1 feet, 2 feet long sort of hooks made of, it's shiny like metal, but looks more like bone almost. And the creature you hear the clicking, as it chatters its beak kind of up and down. And then every now and then it opens its mouth and then closes it. And when it does, you can see it kind of focuses in on you better, Odoxy. And so we're going to take a quick break here, a quick bathroom break, so I can refresh and grab another beer, and then we'll start combat right after this.
Hey, I'm not finding the advantage toggle. If someone could.
It's in.
It says when you click it, it's type of roll, and then you drop down, it says ask every time.
No. Oh.
And yeah, in D&D.
In the
D&D Beyond.
The Beyond 20, it's called Beyond 20.
Sorry, it's the Beyond 20.
The plugin, not D&D Beyond.
Okay, found it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
Uh,
'cause those like hotkey toggles weren't working for me.
it's probably because they're made for rolling in D&D Beyond, and we're transferring that roll.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah. So let's take 5 or 10, and then come right back and get to fighting this 7 foot bird beetle horror.
Awesome.
Fair warning, your mics are going to be hot when I transition us over to this other screen, so don't talk about me. It's still recording.
What if I blocked my mic on whatever that site is?
Yeah, you'd be fine then. Look at the 45 checks Davos made in a row.
Super effective.
Honestly, 2 great rolls for persuasion.
That's right. All about
Yeah,
the
he
roll.
would have persuaded the shit out of that bird beetle not to attack us.
Yeah. That's right. It wasn't clear. That might be on me.
Yeah, I think it was kind of on you.
Remember last campaign when I was the barbarian that killed everything? Gosh, what a game.
You had that one feat where when you killed something, didn't you get to like swing again?
Yeah.
So there's that one fight where you hacked through like 10 guys straight.
I think I got like 3 good attacks.
Well, you're once you get more magic under your belt, you'll be
Got it.
Reckless, great weapon fighter.
I mean, you were so good that you made him switch from druid to barbarian.
I've always loved barbarians. Always wanted to play ancestral path as well. So, and then I saw this minotaur and I'm like, yeah, that suits it to the T. Doing it. So I'm a defender, but secretly I'm an attacker.
Does your rage add a modifier to everyone? Or no?
At level 3, if I attack something and hit it, they have disadvantage on attacking anyone else but me. And if it hits someone else, they have resistance to that damage.
Oh,
And then at level 6, I can like subtract 2d6 damage for anyone
Oh, cool.
as a reaction.
Nice.
So it kind of works well with like the halberd and the horns attack on the minotaur.
Mm.
So like just hit and create space.
Create space. I get it. Dax, you're back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, if everyone's ready, we can just jump right back into it. So, I mean, a creature that would have been nice to get a surprise round, because you guys were able to see it. I will say, because you rolled a deck save and it wasn't a good one. I will say I'm gonna say you tried to dodge out of the way of this thing as it came down and it knocked you prone, Adaxi.
Prone.
Yeah. So
Where's that at?
I'll just do one of my weird symbols that I've got here, like this one maybe. I don't know.
That's
There.
prayer symbol. He's going down to prayer.
That doesn't look like. It looks like something exploding out of his back. All right, let's roll another round of initiative here.
Isn't there like a conditions thing?
Uh,
I know I saw it earlier because I hit it by accident.
there's probably something on D&D where you can give yourself a condition.
Right.
Oh,
D&D
there is
Beyond.
one,
What
yeah.
is super advantage? That's a.
That I don't know.
I'd like that, please.
I'd like to roll with super advantage, please. You just roll till you get a nat 20.
Oh, here's conditions. Got it. Prone. Only movement option is to crawl unless it stands up. Standing up takes an action.
No, standing up just uses half your movement.
Oh, okay.
This we will roll. Oh God, that was loud.
Oy.
Did that go up through to you guys?
Oh no.
Oh,
I was
okay.
talking about my initiative roll.
Did you roll to Quinn?
I did roll. I'm on 7.
Okay.
I think I'm in the order. Yep.
Carrow rolled great.
She's gonna do some might smites.
Oh yeah, actually. Add
She's going
turn.
at 20.
Add turn. Another 9. I really need to come up with another solution than the way that I'm running this campaign from my little thing down there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who am I missing? Quinn, Odaxi, Carrow. Oh, my fiend.
That's right. We got a surprise round.
Yeah, no. I think it rolled terrible though. Reddit roll. It rolled a 6. Okay. And then descending. All right, up next is Carrow. Seeing this thing kind of cowering over Adaxi as he's like on the ground, she is going to, of course, run up with a sort of almost tearful sort of frustration and come up behind it and take a swing here. She can smite after she knows if she hits or not, I believe, right?
That's correct.
She's gonna come up on the back of this large, horrifying looking beast and crack it on the back of that shell that looks like, and you can see the hammer. Good strong swing. Doesn't even leave an impression of it, and she's gonna kind of look around at you guys and goes, the back's very tough. The back's very tough. And unfortunately, I think that's it for her. Danica is going to do nothing as she's going to kind of back up as she's like kind of paralyzed with fear at this large thing. That's definitely not a chimichanga. Up next, what happened to my? Oh wow, 8, 7, 6, 4 guys. That's it, huh?
That's what I was going oof about.
All right, who's up next?
Got
The 8.
oofs.
The 8 is up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop out and firebolt this fella with super
Wait,
advantage.
hold on. Isn't
That was
where's
not
the
with
roll of
super-
the guy?
It's a 6.
Oh, I see.
that's
Yo, congrats on that 20, yo.
fire damage. I didn't even do super advantage. I just said it.
That's-
I didn't not mean it. That worked.
Okay. Yeah, so it just this firebolt comes from behind the rocks, and just hearing Carrow say that, not to strike the shell, you kind of aim up and pop it in the back of its weird bird avian like head. And you can hear it kind of start to do this like chatter. It's chattering, clicking that it does. Yeah, that's a great hit. Jesus Christ.
Everything.
You guys are gonna struggle with the insect swarms, but then just completely stomp my creature here. Yeah, that's real nice. Oh. Okay, is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, go back behind my rock to reload though. Not-
Okay, yeah, right. Sure. DeQuinn, you're up.
Question: am I still raging from the last fight?
No, because you would have had a few. Because it's one round, isn't it, of no attacking or damage?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. That is true. Right, I will bonus action rage again,
Okay.
and then recklessly strike this Hulk. Just because you said you can't hit it from the back, I'm gonna hit it from the back.
Sure. Did you swing already? Oh, there we go. 23 hits.
Yo, okay, 14 damage.
Yeah, it's it. You look over at Carrow, and he goes, she's looking at it like, with her warhammer kind of, not even really leaving a dent. You strike the same place with the halberd, and the piercing blade of the halberd able to dig in that spot, and you looks back at it, and she goes, I softened it up for you. Yeah,
Watch
okay.
it learn, little pop.
Anything else you want to do?
Nah, that's my bonus action, so that's my go.
Next up is the hook horror. It's going to, well, since you just
Call me.
dug into its back, it's going to turn and face DeQuinn. Which is probably secretly, I just moved you by accident, DeQuinn. Probably secretly what you wanted anyway. And it's going, it's got these milky white eyes, DeQuinn, as it turns and faces you. And you can kind of see, again, it does this thing where it, like, opens its mouth and then looks between kind of the area where you and Carrow are, and then focuses it on you. It is going to swing out and try and slash you with its hooks twice. A 25 and a 26 to hit.
They both hit.
It's going to be 27 piercing damage, halved.
So that's 13, 14.
It comes across with these and just takes these quick swipes faster than you thought should be possible, really. When they crack against you, you feel how sturdy they really are, like they are actually bone, with the pointed tips digging into the back of your back as it comes from behind you and slices through and kind of pulls you in. And that's its turn. Daxi, now it's your turn.
So how much damage did you take?
14 total.
Oof.
Yeah, you can see it left a pretty good mark on his Minotaur back.
Well, I'm gonna first stand up.
Yep, so losing the prone condition. If I can find it here. There we go. So you have half your movement now.
I'm going to just kind of move away. Well, hitting in its back's no good. Like 15, right?
Yeah, if you move away, it's going to get a swipe at you because you were within 5 of it.
But you
Alright,
can
then I
take
won't.
action to disengage, and he doesn't get a swipe from me, but that's your action.
Yeah, if you need to create space.
No, I won't do that. So was it determined that we can't hit it in the back, or that it just has like more armor in the back?
It has more armor in the back, but the fact that was just flavor, right? Because she didn't swing well enough to actually hit.
All right, then I'm gonna actually swing. At
Yeah.
With my mace. Don't worry, I'm gonna.
Oh, nice.
Also,
Is that a natural 20?
that is a natural 20.
Oh, so it's critical damage. Son of a bitch, you guys.
Try
Easy.
to see if there's a like a ridge line to hit, like a weak spot.
Did you click the damage, or you want me
Here
to click
we go.
it?
There we go. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, you see that same sort of open wound where DeQuinn put the halberd, and you just say, "Yeah, that looks to be like a good spot," and you bring the mace right back in that same location.
It didn't give him crit damage on that roll.
That's fine. I'll double it.
So what I have to do? Okay.
What's that?
I actually clicked that click.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
It just
But then the other way I could do it is that doesn't do anything different. Never mind.
I just doubled it. I mean, that's fine. For your critical hit.
All right, and then my bonus action.
Okay.
I'll heal Quinn.
Okay.
Healing word.
Okay, 5.
Much appreciated, Wallace.
You could see kind of like
Stay in the fight.
those like the scrapes on some of the scrapes on his back, kind of. Well, you can't see. Carrow can kind of see, and Danica can see. You can feel DeQuinn. They kind of close up a little bit as you feel a little tougher. Back to the top of the turn order. Carrow, now facing this the front side as it turned and slashed out at you. She kind of, the hell is this thing? Rears back the mace for another strike. Let's see. Carrow. My mace Warhammer. She'll kill me if I keep calling it a mace. Yeah, she is gonna connect. Right across the front, like right in the chest area. She's gonna bring her warhammer straight through, and you can see the creature kind of repel on the impact, and there's a slight crunch as it digs into the chest. Uh, you can see this thing starting to show some signs of wear and tear. It's kind of looking back and forth, and there's like starting some blood trying to dripping from its strange beak. How much was that? That was okay. Who's up next? Danica. She's going to continue to not do anything, especially now that it's facing her. She's, if anything, going to turn and go even further back behind the cave here.
Never have helped her.
Huh?
Never have helped her.
Who's up?
Horses.
Davos.
All right. Let's super firebolt this guy again. No, it's not super.
This time, as you step, you kind of knock a rock, the edge of the rock, your foot hits it, and it kind of snaps at you. And as soon as it hears the sound and looks in your direction, and seeing the firebolt coming, it raises its arm and just swats away kind of the firebolt against its arm. It does no damage.
Okay. That's it. I'll stay there.
To Quinn?
I'm going to shift over here and attack it again.
Okay. Reckless or no?
Reckless.
24 hits.
24. 15 damage.
With that same hook that's kind of that Davos, or that it used to swipe away Davos's firebolt, you come through the Havard and you just completely sever that hook off the limb, and you can hear it kind of scream this high pitched shrill that echoes throughout the caves and causes small pieces of dust and things to fall, and that like the large hook appendage just kind of falls to the ground. It's looking pretty rough.
I would like to bonus action use my hammering horns to push him back 10 feet.
Okay.
Just shove my head into it, and he has to make a strength save of DC 13.
Okay. Where's my horror? Here we go. Okay. 7.
So he gets pushed back into the wall.
So as you chop the hand off or whatever, it turns to face you again on the side, and you just put your horns right into the chest, and you feel like the frontal chest is not as sturdy, and pushing it off balance, it kind of stumbles back into the wall here. It's looking really hurt. It's starting to it's latching one of its hooks into the wall behind it.
And he's just gonna let bestial roar, and all the tattoos are gonna light up even bluer. He's loving this.
Let's see here. The hook horror with one arm is going to try and turn, and it's got its hook into the wall, and it's going to start to try and climb and scale the wall. Carrow and Adaxi, you get an attack of opportunity against it, so you can make one melee attack.
I do as well.
Oh, well, you pushed him 10 feet back, so he's not in front of you anymore.
It's 10 feet range. He moved 5 feet back because he hit the wall.
Okay. You have 10-foot range with the halberd? No, that's fine.
Yeah, I believe that's how it works. I think he's got 10 foot.
Yeah, because he couldn't go all the way any further to the wall, so...
Yeah.
That is fine. Carrow's gonna... Go ahead.
Okay.
Where's my Carrow? There she is. With her warhammer. John, you gonna take a swipe with him? With your mace? You're muted if you're talking.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, you're fine.
That's because I was chomping.
Both DeQuinn and Carrow try to get a quick swing in. DeQuinn and Carrow, yeah, they both missed though.
Oh,
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was near everyone as it starts trying to climb the wall. As you get it shifts to the right, actually closer to you, and this time you kind of get the upper hand on it, and you bring the axe down. How do you want to kill this thing? It's got one hook in the wall, and it's trying to climb up unsuccessfully because it's missing an arm.
A hit in the head. If I can reach it.
Just clean on the back of the head as it's climbing.
Right on the donker.
There's a moment where like its hook still stuck in the wall. You clock it in the back of the head with the mace, and it shoots forward and hits the front of the wall, and just kind of falls limp with its hook still stuck, and blood now kind of like pouring out of its beak. Its milky white eyes kind of fixated on Carrow, and she kind of swats it again with the hammer to stop it from looking at her. It is dead.
Aha!
There's this like hanging half vulture, half beetle, half clawed like creature from the wall.
It's easier to kill something you can actually hit, and it's not just a mass of bugs.
Would I be able to use my leatherworking tools to try and harvest these hard chitin plates on the back of this thing?
Leatherworking tools, no. I don't think there's anything in leatherworking tools.
Use our horns and tusks to get them off.
I mean, you've got his halberd. You could try and pry. You want to try and pry what off?
One of his claws fell off. We could use his own claw.
That's true.
Just leave for shit.
What are you trying to scavenge?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe if I can make some sort of like breastplate out of these chitin plates.
That or a shield.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to use the hook, or are you going to use the halberd? What do you want to do?
Halberd's got a long. No, I'll use the hook.
So you're going to
like little.
Yeah, grab this bony sort of fragmented piece of the hook and make a I just make a survival check.
And I think Boris has helped me as well.
Yeah, I'll give you
You make
guidance on that.
Do you
So an extra D4.
Okay.
I think I can just roll it here. There we go. I knew I could actually click on that.
So 19 total.
Okay. You did a little bit of damage to the one, so it's got a bit of a hole in it, but you guys are able to separate this outer shell of the back from pretty well. I mean, so let's say add a 1 the 20 or 19. Yeah, add 1 chitin shell and 1 damaged chitin shell to your inventory. They're heavy though. They probably weigh about 5 pounds apiece. 10 pounds actually probably is more accurate.
You could divvy or I can hold them. I have a carrying capacity boon.
I mean, if you want to.
Doesn't matter.
Carrow kind of like kicks it and like looks around, and I don't think I've seen anything like this in Waterdeep.
Well, to be honest, I haven't seen many of them either.
These things aren't frequently around this part of the world, is it?
Well, not above ground.
Well, I suppose we hope to not run into any more of them. They seem to hit pretty hard for a beetle bird creature. No, I saw it dig into your backside. She's like, "Do you want a little bit of healing, or are you okay?"
I mean, a rest or healing would be nice. As long as my horns are okay. As long as my horns are okay, I think we'll be fine.
Your horns look fine, I suppose. And she kind of,
Just fine, Pop. They need to look immaculate.
uh, immaculate. Yeah, sure. I guess immaculate. Whatever makes you feel better. Should we continue forward through here, or
Maybe a short rest would be good for me, but if everyone else is keen.
I'm also injured from the bugs, so yeah, I would take a short rest.
okay, yeah, I'll just keep an eye on the way we came, just to make sure we don't get any surprises, I suppose. So you guys are able to just kind of post up and take a little breather for 30 minutes, and you can spend your hit dice if you have some.
Yeah, what is? I don't know how to do this.
So under.
I'm on the short rest screen.
Okay. And does it say how many hit dice you have? I think you have
2.
2. So you get 1 back. You get half of what you spend back every long rest, I believe is right, DeQuinn?
Yeah, after a long rest.
So they're basically just 2. Your D6s or D8s?
8.
So you can roll however many hit dice you have available you want each short rest and get that healing back.
Okay.
Which, so like,
what's this recover? Reset maximum HP changes during this rest. What does that mean?
probably if you have temporary hit points or something like that. Sometimes you can get like 5 extra temporary hit points, but they expire, after say 10 minutes or something like that. So I'm assuming that's what that does.
So I just want to roll a hit dice.
Yeah, you just want to roll. How many are you going to use? 1 or 2? So yeah, you.
And then heal for that.
Yep. And then you should have, just make sure that you spend 1 or whatever on your sheet, so you have 1 left in case you need to.
Got it.
Carrow should be good. Davos is good too. I don't think he took any damage. Maybe a little fall damage from coming through. Well, should we press on? Davos, we took a short rest if you need to do anything.
I heard that part. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Gonna sit there.
Yeah, as you guys are resting there, kind of, I don't know, away or near or in this area, in this cavern. It's just silence, and it's eerie, and it smells like damp, wet muck. And this creature smells that's the sense of death and kind of like ravenous. You could tell like that it's had just feasted on something, or had maybe had been in some sort of foul like decay of like flesh, and it's kind of coated in that scent. But it's uneventful rest, other than just being really freaking creepy.
We're used to creepy.
Yeah, creepy's not. Creepy's whatever now. Yeah, it's.
We travel with a walking walrus. It's creepy enough.
I'd be ready to keep investigating this cave down here, this little opening.
Davos, you should go first with your vision.
This is a good point.
Yeah, and your immaculate amount of hit points and AC.
Oh, that's true.
It's alright.
No,
Oh,
Sim.
that's not hard.
That's
I'm waiting
fine.
to see what I'm trying to turn a corner, see what I see here. I just found out about super advantage, man. I'm invincible.
What is super advantage?
I don't know. I'm gonna do it at the end of this play session. I bet it's 3 dice.
Let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna continue to do this here. rather than keep doing this damn polygon reveal. It's driving me nuts.
I can see clearly now.
Yeah, you see. So as you turn the corner, you see like this little hallway, and you see another recess, or not recess, but the opposite. Like a bit of a. Oh no, I don't want the horror. A bit of an elevation there in the corner. Sorry, I'm trying to bring your other friends here. There they go. And it leads into another room. Come on. Technical difficulties. Oh, that's why I just get rid of the damn turn order. Did that work? What is going on? It's driving me nuts. There we go. Another large room, kind of uneventful again for the splatting of rocks and things like that. You do notice that there seems to be in front of you like another entrance out of this sort of tunnel, kind of looking similar like the tunnels that you took before. It's not down necessarily. Can I see that there? It's like right here at the edge of the map. You guys can't tell.
Light, like we could tell it's an exit.
There's no light per se, but it does look like it leads back up instead of down, the direction in which you guys kind of came through. Let's see here. To the north, you do see like another little, whatever, because I don't want to do this anymore. What is going on? Did that work at all? Yeah. You see like a sort of a cavern leading back to the north. It looks like it's got a bunch of rocks and different rags and things all thrown in it. To the north there, yeah.
Is this like is this readily accessible up here? Or is this...
It is. It's a little tight, and you have to kind of climb over some rubble to get through it. But you can see, Davis, you can see specifically too that like there is like another little room in that area.
Okay, I will. I'm gonna give my torch to a mage hand and let it carry it in there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna climb on in.
As your kind of mage hand floats, what's the timer on that spell? Is it like 10 minutes or something like that?
Let me
Just curious. It's not really relevant.
It is 1 minute.
Okay.
I can also cast it at will.
Yeah. So yeah, as you kind of it holds it and you climb over the rubble and you see in there, right as you kind of reach the top, you grab the torch from it and cast it again and hand it to it. It's a bunch of rocks in this room, it looks like. You can see there's some tattered bits and remains of what you would assume was some of the similar to the rags that you guys saw from the kobolds in the cave area, that maybe perhaps this is where some of the remains have come and been tossed around. There's some small bones again, and then a series of rocks kind of lying all over.
Can I investigate this pile of rubble in front of me?
Sure, make an investigation check.
I picked the right I word.
Can we get into this room too, or?
Yeah, you could all climb in behind him.
Entrance?
You could climb in behind him if you wanted. So they you have to climb over. It's like 3 foot of just like loose rubble and stuff.
Okay. Oh my god, the other cat showed up. She's on my neck right now.
It's a swarm of cats.
Yeah.
So yeah, along the rubble and some of the remains, you find it's like a carved piece of scrimshaw, which is the bone that is harvested from knucklehead trout. It's got like, so on this piece, of bone is etched like this depiction, this portrait of merfolk. You also notice that like a few of the rocks in front of you in this area,
They're like, oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
they don't seem to be rocks per se. They're just round. They very the same similar color, and you can tell that they're scattered. There's 2 or 3 of them that are scattered amongst this pile.
Can I pick one up and investigate it?
Sure, roll an investigation check. I mean,
Oh wait,
it's a
never
it's a
mind.
rock. It looks like a rock to you.
It's just a rock. All right, and there's stuff under the rocks.
No, there's like tattered remains lying around in this area. Yeah, Adexi, you think it's a rock. Davos, you at least noticed that it's different from the other rocks in the area. Add a if you want it, add the scrimshaw etching. You would know, and you've seen them all over the 10 towns, that they can sell for a pretty decent amount of coin.
Did someone say eggs?
No, I don't think anyone said eggs.
I was trying to figure out if they were eggs, but
I mean, they got the shape of it, but you have no fucking clue. This is nothing you've studied in your years growing up.
So are we going, staying, leaving, taking?
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously taking the bone thing.
Okay. Yeah, you just add like a scrimshaw portrait. It's like you could probably I could probably sell it for about 7 gold. From the back, from over the wall, you kind of hear Carrow, "Can we please get the hell out of this weird cave?"
Yeah, I'll climb out.
same here. Yeah.
Okay. The trail up leading to the west is here. It looks a little sturdier. Kara kind of walks over and like pushes her warhammer into the ground around it, and it's not slick like a slide. Like it feels like you could actually have traction on it. Adaxi, you do smell the faintest scent of fresh air.
This must be the way out. Let's go forward.
I can't wait to get out of this place. I don't think I ever want to come back into one of these again.
Bet you wish you stayed with the horses.
Oh, the horses. Should we be worried about them?
Most likely.
Okay, if you guys, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, so you better not kill Carrow's horse while she's not here.
I mean, that's just how it works sometimes, you know? That's Dallas.
She named it.
Well, that was probably a mistake. I'm going to switch us back to just to our title screen here. And I will give us less ominous music. I hope. Sure. Oh, actually maybe it's not a great transition, but as you guys follow this winding path forward, it does kind of dip and turn, and thankfully this time you're able to. It's maybe difficult sometimes, but you're able to actually to navigate through it. As you do come, you start to see light kind of filter into the tunnel at the distance there, and you all now feel fresh air kind of like whip against you and kind of and come in front of your face. The air's chilly and crisp, but I think probably welcome given that the staleness of where you guys just were. But as you emerge, like you're in a familiar snowy sort of tundra. What do you guys want to do?
So we're like out exposed outside and stuff.
Yeah, you can see. You can kind of see in the distance. In this direction is the Spine of the World Mountains. Like they're easy to spot from anywhere. So okay. Well, that's south at least. Assuming you didn't travel thousands of miles underground.
Right. Well, I'd suggest because I assume the weather's not as wild.
Yeah, it's cleared up a little bit. And yeah, you can tell that it gets dialed down some.
I'd suggest we carry on northeast towards
To the town. Good mead.
I think we'll have to get the horses first.
Yeah, how do we know where we are in relation to the cave?
You can make a
We took shelter in.
you can make a survival check, it would be survival to try and pinpoint like where you are. 13. So yeah, you remember the wind and you slid down and yeah, you didn't travel too far, but it was pretty far. You realize if there's Spine of the World and there's Kelvin's Cairn, you guys are actually probably further east than you thought. You see what looks like a road to about 100 feet from you, and it's heading away from Spine of the World. So you'd be able to. That's got to be probably either heading to. That's got to be one of the Eastway roads that you've heard of. You're actually probably a good like. I don't know. Wow, what's this? What's my legend on here say? You've traveled about 10 miles. Slipping and sliding away from where you think the cave is that you left the horses. You can kind of see as you look further south. There's like a heavy patch of some trees. That's usually the forest that's on the back side of Goodmead. So you've actually managed to bypass that kind of altogether, and you're on the other side of Goodmead already.
And Goodmead is where Goodmead or East Haven is where the inn is with the lamp.
Yeah, Danica will speak up, and she goes, actually, it's right in between. There's an inn called West of East that's at the crossroad on Eastway, and that's where I last remember not being tied up to a post.
And what time of day is it?
Let's see. You guys left first thing in the morning. A little final on Kobold. Moving down the cave. It's probably 2 or 3.
Do you guys think it's best to get back to Goodmead, or should we press on to the inn at the crossroads?
I can actually probably be helpful if I just give you guys a map real quick. Just give me 1 second. I'll just throw together a map. Oh, no, wait. Do you have one in your handouts? Did I give you guys one?
Yeah, we've got the map, the Icewind Dale.
Yeah, okay. So if you open that up, you can actually zoom in on it. I don't know why I'm doing it down there when I can do it right here. But I can't fucking ping that, can I?
Oh, so we're closer to Eastway.
Yeah, you managed
the crossroads.
Yeah, managed going underground, and with some of the winding and the sliding, you're
past Goodmead.
you're kind of past Goodmead at this point. Yeah, I still need to actually add a map. Let's see.
So if we went back to Goodmead, then we should probably just push forward to the inn. And you said we see the road?
You see a road, yeah. It's the one that goes between, because I can't ping it up on a map.
Goodmead and the crossroad.
Yeah, it's called the Eastway. So it's so essentially right where the Eastway. You see how it's it's to the north of Goodmead. Right where Eastway runs, there's like that 4-way crisscross. The west of East Inn is right there at that crossroad.
Then we should head to the inn. It doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to
double back,
go
right?
back. Yeah.
So we go east on Eastway.
Basically, yeah, southeast.
And finding that cave and where we ended up in the blizzard is probably not advised either. Since
it would it would be a bit tough given that you don't really know how you even got to that area in the first place because you were kind of wandering in the blizzard a little.
Right. Southeast we go. No horses.
Carrow kind of puffs up a little bit and maybe on the way back on our way back to Melandra, we can see if we can find that cave again.
There is
I'm
zero chance those would last.
I'm sure they're fine. They probably ran back to Dugan's Hole.
Right up, up. They're your horses.
I'm sure they're fine. She's gonna kill me when she finds out. Yeah, so it's once you hit the road, it's a much easier trek, especially now that it's not snowing kind of unconditionally. It's about I don't know, like an hour or so journey, and you guys can kind of see coming in the distance like a nicer looking large inn in the distance, and I can actually, because I hate looking at this screen. Switch this over just so you can kind of visually see what it looks like. DeQuinn and Davos, you would know that west of East Inn is a pretty popular spot since it's right at that crossroad. You've even probably been here a few times. It's a bit of a rougher spot because it is like it's outside of the town, and anything that's outside of the town is like, kind of up for grabs, I guess you could say. So like the rougher crowd kind of goes through here than you would probably expect Danica to be staying at. As you get close, though, she goes. You can see her start to get like visually excited. She goes, okay, I gotta go. I'm gonna go get my stuff. I'm gonna go. And she just kind of sprints off and starts heading towards the end.
I'm definitely gonna go with her.
Yeah, I think we all are. What time of day is it, Abby?
It's now starting to get dark because you guys know that it gets dark here early because the perpetual like overcast from all of the snow and all of the clouds. There's like basically no sunlight gets through except for a very small window of time.
Might be a good place to stay the night.
We have to get back to Melandra. She's injured. We need to get this lantern, find these Chigwa things, squeeze one, and make it give us whatever we need to get to make sure we can fix her wound.
Get the fairy juice. We're not going to get back in one day.
No,
if we all get killed
traveling
from the elements, then we're not going to get back at all.
Well, agree to disagree, I suppose.
You traveled on these roads at night?
No.
We have.
Let's just get the lantern and figure out what the hell's going on after that.
We'll get back as soon as we can.
Here, I will see if I can drag your tokens over here. Let's see.
We can just drag him if you want.
Can you drag them over yourself?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I got you all. Oh, wow. Well, they're all here. There's a big DeQuinn.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah, Danica, she runs inside. Goes upstairs, or runs upstairs, runs to the bartender to get her stuff. Let's see. There's a bundled up figure that, like, as you guys come into the bar and Danica comes in. Nope, sorry, not her. Walks up and it's this like stout looking female dwarf. Kind of gets up from her table after finishing her beer and comes over. Danica, I didn't expect to see you again. And Danica turns. Oh, hi, Hiln. Yeah, I think I got kidnapped. And almost killed. But I'm okay now, actually, and I'm here to get my stuff. And Hiln looks at her, kind of puts her head down and shakes her head and reaches into her bag of stuff and like, here, girl, I grabbed all your things from upstairs. What did I tell you? Do not leave the inn at night. Everyone knows that there's been a string of murders all over all over the 10 towns. And she looks at you. Who are you lot?
Just passing through.
Just passing through, huh? She kind of sizes you up and down.
We're Danica's rescuers.
Are you now? Is that right? She kind of looks at her. Yeah, I was tied up to a post and freezing, and then a man with really pretty blue eyes knocked me unconscious, and then I woke up in Dugan's Hole. She kind of like doesn't really believe her, but obviously it's like very confused and looks at the rest of you and goes, "Blue eyes? Did you guys see this figure?"
She's talking about me.
No, not you, Minotaur. It was the guy outside the post who could all in the blue robe and.
Shadowy figure that ran off.
Hilton kind of
He's speaking about.
sits back at the table and looks you over. Well, I thought it was him, but I wasn't sure. That's Sefik Caltro. He works for a traveling merchant company called Torgs. Torg is gives our dwarves a bad name. She's a shady dwarf, Torg Icevein. Friendly enough guy, I leak, but one of Torg's bodyguards. I think he's been using the merchant company as an excuse or as a way of getting from town to town to murder these people.
Why does he want to murder people?
I suspect that they are people who have skipped out on being sacrificed. So certain towns around here select one person each month to sacrifice to Oril. And I think he is punishing people that leave town before they can uh, actually, well, be sacrificed. Danica, were you selected to be sacrificed in one of these towns? Uh, well, I don't think so, but I also didn't ask. It's not something I really want to have happen, so when I left East Haven, I just headed this direction. I don't know who or what or when someone was supposed to be sacrificed. Okay. Well, I think East Haven is one of the towns that does sacrifices. Strange. I've been following Torg for about a 10-day now as it moved from town to town. They're not the most trusting merchants, but that Sefik, it's like he not even affected by the weather. He has no gloves. Half the time he's got no scarf or coat on. It's like the cold couldn't even affect him. Did you get face to face with this guy, or?
We had a quick scrap with him before he fled.
And you still here, so that's impressive. I'm pretty sure he's good with a blade. Ah,
Good with an axe.
aye, that's a large axe.
What about the horns? You like the horns?
They're immaculate.
Exactly, that's what I was going for. Thank you.
She kind of looks over the group. Well, if you seem like you can take care of yourself, I'll pay you 100 gold pieces to catch this guy before he continues to kill people. I'd do it myself, but I'm old now and really rather just sit here and drink mead all day.
Sounds like a good life to me.
Aye.
Would this person be looking for Danica?
I don't know. I mean, up until now, his victims haven't gotten away. We've only found remains of them, different parts of Tin Towns. He keeps close to Torg's merchant company, so wherever they are, as they travel from town to town to town, I suspect he wouldn't risk not being near them.
Where are they now?
I believe after they left East Haven, they headed probably north, back to Brinshander, but I'm not sure how long they'll be there or what they're headed to next. They usually run like a circuit over and over.
But what do you know about Torg? Tell me more about that guy.
She, dear.
She.
Like I said, I know she runs that merchant company. There's mostly it's just a bunch of large dog sleds that are pulled from town to town carrying different supplies. Torga purchases things that probably you wouldn't find in a normal store. Their company's emblem is it's a gold wolf's paw on a black field. It's an outdoor shop where they have these crates and things that they unpack and people come and buy whatever they want. I'm sure most are very pricey. Get in, they're probably half stolen. But she and her company, they're not to be trifled with. I mean, even as strong as you lot look, it's probably wise not to engage all of them at one time. I don't even know if Torga knows that Sefik's going around killing these people. I think there's 4 or 5 of them total that she has hired to protect her.
And you want us to kill or stop Cephix?
I don't think he needs to go around killing any more people. We've got enough of our problems up here in the Tin Towns as it is, without adding serial killers to the list. Plus, I think there's something a bit unnatural about him.
Yeah, we think so too. What do you know?
That's it. That he just doesn't has the ice blue eyes and doesn't seem to be affected by the cold.
Say if we were trying to lure him out, would it be best to try and travel aimlessly at night like Danica?
Hey, I wasn't aimless. I was looking for Chwingas. Hold on, and she like starts rummaging through her stuff.
Chunga Danica.
Yeah, whatever. Helm kind of just rolls her eyes at her girl, and that crazy girl. I think he seems to make targets of people who he believes are somehow skipping out on sacrifices. It's like some of the East Haven, Targos, Brinshander, they're all towns where they sacrifice people to try and appease Oriel. They have these lotteries to determine who gets sacrificed. And anyone that seems to either knowingly or unknowingly, and she like looks at Danica, skimp out on these are likely suspects for him to target.
We know of a good bar in Brinshanders. We actually just left there.
No,
Maybe you've
Brinshander.
heard of it before.
A bar-
Shaky McNasty Taste Foot.
Shaky McNasty's what foot?
Club.
Clubfoot?
Do you try it?
Yeah, I think they an interesting place. I haven't been there myself, but I rarely travel to Brinshander. I rarely travel at all anymore. But sure, I imagine it's fine. Brinshander's one of the nicest towns here, so they have many bars.
So
Do you know about these Chwingas that Danica keeps talking about?
Chimichanga.
I think the girl's a little batshit crazy, to be quite honest with you.
Well, she claims that they have powers that might heal.
She
her
also
friend.
She also managed to get kidnapped and dragged 2 towns over and tied to a post, so I don't know if I'd give her too much credit here. And right as you said that, Danica kind of pops out of her sack, and she's got in her hand this large, like, brass lantern. And as she pulls it out, you can see that it is glowing a green light. There's one nearby, there's one nearby, there's one nearby!
Lead the way.
This is all I know. The lantern only lights up when I'm within, I think it's 100 feet of whatever it's tracking. I've got this one set to track elemental beings. But all I know is there's one nearby. I don't know what direction they're actually in.
It could be in the inn.
It's possible. They're very mischievous little folk.
100-foot radius ain't that large. Does it dim the closer you get to, or?
Let me see, actually. Okay, so it's a 30-foot radius, and then it does dim light for an
very
additional
short.
30 feet. Yeah,
We got much closer.
yeah. Sorry.
No worries. Yeah.
No, I lied. No, fuck me. I'm right. It's actually when the lantern is within 300 feet of any creature of an elemental type, the flame turns bright green. The lantern doesn't pinpoint the exact creature's location.
Okay, so 300
The actual light it cast is normal light for 30 feet and then dim light for an additional 30 feet. So that's like the brightness of it. But when it's in 300 feet of a creature, it turns bright green, which it is currently bright green. So 300 feet's not that far if you think about it. Helm goes, dear, 300 feet's very far. Put your weird green lantern away. It's ruining my beer.
How should we go about looking for this creature if it in fact exists?
That's what we came here to do.
Split up a little bit then.
Yeah, sometimes they, like I said, they're very mischievous. So sometimes they knock over things and take things. Sometimes there's like little tiny footprints. I don't know. I have yet to actually find one.
I'll check the room, see if anything's like knocked over out of place or.
Sure, make a perception check.
I'll check outside for tracks.
Okay, survival.
Alright, yeah, I'll stick to inside the place.
Oh, okay.
I'd also look for anything that's like set up as a prank. So like somebody's shoes are tied together or something mischievous.
Okay. Davos, you want to do anything?
I am going to ask for the lantern. Like, so it's not like it doesn't get brighter as you get closer. It's green or it's not.
Yeah, it's I can actually probably just click it at this point, I think. Let me see. It is a lantern of tracking. Oh boy.
Wow.
Sorry. They basically can be attuned to track certain different types of creatures. This one's been already attuned to track elementals. And once it's set, it can't change, I don't believe. So no, it only tells you like when you're. It's kind of like divine sense, I think, in that
Sure.
sort of respect. Like you'll know when something's nearby, you just don't really know the direction. Although I think maybe divine sense at some point does tell you like in the general direction, but.
I mean, I'd look for the same things that Daxi is, just in the other half of the bar.
Okay. You want to roll a perception check as well? And Danica, hey, take the land, take it. You can have it for helping me not be dead.
Deal.
We both rolled 22s.
So good.
Okay.
20, yo.
Okay. Your perception and persuasion rolls, are just primo tonight.
Uh-oh, did I
Number
do?
one.
Oh, okay.
Adaxi, on your side of the room, you don't see anything, but you do hear what the hell, and like all of a sudden, like there's from this crowd here, the fuck was that? And he like looks at his friend and like, you fucking prick, I paid good money for this, and he goes, what? And he goes, you fucking insulted me, and you can see that like he's got like a wooden like salt shaker of sorts, and like. There's just a mound of salt like in his soup, like coming out of like the top. And they start fighting back and forth as he's like, you fucking, yeah, they ruined my meal because I didn't touch your shite meal. Get your hands off me. And as you go over there, you kind of like put your nose like in that general vicinity, and you do pick up a scent that again you don't know what it is, but it's not familiar, that's for sure.
Peek under the table.
There's nothing under there.
Okay.
Davos, you kind of see Odaxi go over in that direction, and then you hear like the small pitter patter of feet like run your direction, like so coming from Odaxi.
All right, I'm definitely trying to place sounds to locations.
As you look under this table here, you see what looks to be like a fox.
A fox?
A fox.
Okay. Do I try to like? I'm gonna nicely pet its head with a mage hand.
Roll an animal handling check, I guess.
super advantage.
I love how you say it, just hoping it's true. Can you just roll with super advantage real quick so we can see what it actually looks like?
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah. Animal handling. Let's do super advantage.
Probably just 3 rolls, right?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh,
Wait, add those
wow.
Together.
How do you roll with super advantage and get less than you rolled with? Oh,
There we
that's a
go.
little better.
Yeah.
We'll take the 9.
9 was my real roll.
Yeah. The fox kind of like chippers, and it doesn't look like it's like aggressive or anything. It's just kind of like cowering under the thing for a little bit. And Adaxi, you also now following the scent of that smell, you turn and you see the fox. And actually, with both your perception checks, you see on top of the fox is a very small little figure in like almost like a little pine cone sitting on the back of the fox.
It's riding it.
I pick up the fox with my real hands, gently, gingerly.
Okay, try a dexterity check.
Oh, sorry, it was still set on super. Yeah, I pick it up with one finger and spin it. Actually,
Spin
No,
the
I
fox.
don't. No,
Oh,
I pick it up though. My roll was good.
all right. So you reach down and you go and you grab the fox, and it's kind of fighting you a little bit, but it's not really biting you. And this little figure on the back of you, it starts like it kind of like clicks and like not clicks. I guess that's it. Just like you start like this really frantic like while talking, and it takes a fork, which in its hands is like a spear. It looks kind of like DeQuim with the spear, or with his halberd, and it just jabs the fork into your hand.
Okay, I cast sleep on this thing.
Oh. Okay. Go burn the spell.
Oh my gosh, that's so much words.
It's
5d8.
Roll 5. Yeah. You should be able to just click on the description of it and then click on the B buttons, the beyond buttons.
Oh, you can just use the roll 20.
In roll 20 or in
In D&D Beyond, that's how I rolled my guidance die. So like if you went to spell and then you click on sleep. No, don't click on cast sleep. Like click on the word sleep, and then on the right, it has
I see 5d8. I see what you're talking
yeah,
about.
and then if you click that, it rolls for you.
There we go. Is 21
That took me a
enough?
long while to figure out.
Yeah, that's wild.
Do you wanna-
21 enough hit points to sleep this guy? To get him all sleepy?
him or the fox.
I want him to be asleep.
Okay. 21 is enough. So you see this little figure kind of like, and then just yawn, and then just like lay on the back of the fox.
I would then think that it's really important for us to get a room.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's a couple. There's like a bartender over here, and there's a server up here.
and call Danica over.
What is it?
Is this what you were looking for?
My God, it's so cute, and it's riding a fox. What is it dead?
Just sleeping.
Oh,
Davos' magic.
oh wow! Look at it. You guys see this like pinecone shaped pinecone shaped creature. As you get a little closer, you can actually see it's just black, and it's got this like unruly hair, but it does have like a humanoid-esque sort of shape to it. It's just got this like fluffy sort of poncho-like covering on it that gives it that sort of triangle look. It's got like doesn't like really have like a face. Like it kind of looks like the what are the Kokoros from the new Breath of the Wild?
Oh yeah.
Is that what they're called? I don't know what the name of those little things you find. It kind of looks like that, except not green but black, and not like those guys are kind of chunky. This thing's a little more slender, but it's got and instead of a face, it's got like a white sort of mask, and just like sporadic. It looks like black dots on it. And it's just kind of there. Its chest falling and rising very quickly because it's so small that you feel like it just kind of is like curled up and resting.
Yeah, I'd want to get not a whole lot of attention on the fact that we've got this thing that nobody thinks exists, and want to get somewhere like in a room with the party and this thing.
Okay.
Stairs over here.
Yeah, there's a room. I can get another room. We got one before. Hold on, and she runs over to the bartender, and you see the bartender like kind of eyeball her, and then look at the Minotaur, the Loxodon, and the two humanoid looking party members, and goes, I don't think one room's gonna be enough for all of you to sleep in there tonight, but if you just want one, that's fine.
We just need it for the hour.
That's actually not too uncommon here, so okay. And she just kind of one of the discreet rooms at the far corner, then perhaps. It's actually really funny. Let's see. We're not going to go into any more detail, but I'm just going to take you guys to the second one. I'm not going to move your tokens. I don't think it matters. So yeah, you could get this room down here. Can you guys see the top floor?
Yeah.
I guess that's actually right by the stairs, so maybe it's better to take. I guess you guys can have the master suite at the back. Yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah.
And the fox is like, I'm assuming you're kind of holding the fox like you would like a cat. You know, it's kind of fighting you, but now it seems more concerned about its little friend that it was with. So it's just keeping a really close eye on that.
Yeah. How long do I keep this thing asleep for? How long does this last?
A minute, I think.
Until the spell
It
ends.
says until they take damage. Oh yeah, it says spell ends. What does that mean?
Duration should be in the spell. It'll be 1 minute.
Oh yeah, duration's in the. So yeah, so we got a minute. So I want to head up there. I guess we have nothing to like tie this thing up, but I want to take him off the fox.
Okay.
Put him on the ground and use minor illusion to make this look like a little elemental fairy spa. Like I want it to be like whatever I think little fairies would think is like a nice relaxing place to be. I want him to wake up, him or her to wake up thinking they are there.
Okay. That's a lot to process. Let's see.
Well, I've got 5 feet to work with my
Yeah.
illusion, so
Thank you. Yeah.
yeah.
So you're just gonna carry this creature? You're gonna put it back on the ground?
Yeah, I'm gonna set him on the ground, and I'm going to tell everybody like I want somebody to be. I want to talk to this thing, but I want somebody to like be by the bed to make sure it doesn't run under the bed, and I want someone to be by the door to make sure it doesn't run underneath the door crack, and like maybe have us strategically placed in case this thing tries to run off, or we're trying to keep it calm.
Okay. As you get into this room and you create what you believe is a fairy spa, I'm assuming it's going to be like I just picture like a tiny like little koi pond looking thing with like I don't know, water that's maybe lukewarm, but it's all an illusion, so it's not actual water. There's like maybe a smooth like stone in there or something. So the fox, like, you know, if it's like always kind of pulling to be by this thing's side, it kind of just sits there and it's coming to slowly. I'm assuming like this minute's starting to expire. You see it kind of like get up and like look around and stretch and look at each of you and kind of like go over to the fox and like hide kind of in behind the fox's fur.
I'll say, "Hey, little buddy, it's okay. I loved the assault that you did downstairs. Get it? no, yeah. No, it's very funny. Very funny.
It kind of like peeks out a little more from behind the fox. Make a charisma check.
Yes. What kind? Just straight up.
Yeah, I think so, right? Because you're not intimidating or persuading it really, unless I'm misunderstanding.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of, and it like recreates. You see it like it's acting like it's unscrewing the salt and like
Yeah.
like dumping it everywhere.
Yeah. I
Um,
laugh with it. I want to give him some knuckles. Does he like do very gingerly? Like I don't want this thing to think I'm trying to punch it.
so you're like reaching out your hand.
Yeah.
It kind of like
That was funny.
kind of comes up and looks at your hand. Gives you like a little quick pound. You barely feel it. It's like a, it, it's
Q-tip.
oh yeah, if even, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, and it kind of
Yeah.
points, and it like points to the window.
I said, oh, is there something out there, or do you need to go out there, or did you do something hilarious out there too?
I said, and it kind of like starts to like try and like climb, and it's just a pretty nimble like little thing. It just kind of like points and taps on the window, and then a second goes by, and then a third goes by, and you see on the outside like two little more Chwingas kind of pop up on the outside of the window, looking in.
Okay. Do they want to come in? Do you guys want to come in here?
It just kind of chatters and chits and looks at you and like turns its head sideways and like taps on the window.
Okay. Yeah. Let's. And I'll like reach out my hand to have this guy like see if he'll stand in my hand, like a little bird.
Look at you and kind of look at everyone else, and it'll be like, and like the fox will kind of like jump up and pounce up on the bed here. I'm assuming, I don't know, bed here, maybe window over here. And he looks at you, looks at your hand, and he kind of like, he'll plop in your hand. Yeah.
I'm gonna give the fox like a piece of food, and then I'm gonna hold him like back closer to my chest and open up the window for his little buddies to come in.
Okay. Yeah. As if you get the fox some food, he kind of looks at you and looks kind of not approvingly, but like kind of chatters and like goes down and like jumps down and like pets the fox's head a little bit. And you open the window, and these other two Chwingas, they kind of come in, and they immediately like don't even like acknowledge everyone in the room. They kind of like just start like sprinting over here towards like all the stuff on the desk, and they just start like knocking over the paper, scratching at the paper, and like just toying around on the desk a little bit. You get they kind of act like like small kids like in Walmart that like have like their parents have just abandoned them to do whatever they want.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna definitely close the window.
Okay.
I think DeQuinn's gonna join in, and he's just gonna go to the bookshelves and start throwing stuff off the bookshelves.
Start like wrecking.
They kind of look at you for make a let's see. Make a
Childlike wonder check.
yeah, I don't know. Make a charisma check, I guess, DeQuinn, to see if you come off as I'll say like make a performance check actually. And I'll give you advantage. I'll give you advantage because would you roll a natural 3 there? That's all right. We'll just go performance check, advantage. Just make sure that you're not like, it doesn't look like you're just absolutely thrashing the room because you're a massive creature with horns. Okay, so that works out. So yeah, you kind of like go over and like they are like in awe of you, and they're looking at your horns very closely because they're very shiny. And as you go over to the bookshelf and you start like tossing off books, they kind of look at the book and then look at you, and they start to like chittering in their language, and then you toss another book off, and you can see they almost like they kind of giggle a little bit, and they go down and they just start like flipping through, and like one of them's like running on the pages of the book to try and like turn the pages really, really quickly.
Can I try to talk with them by using channel divinity and like knowing their language for
What's your channel divinity do?
Channel divinity to gain proficiency with any skill or tool for 10 minutes.
Any skill or tool? No, I mean you could maybe I don't know. It'd be up to you that you have to be really clever.
Well of knowledge. Okay.
You'd have to be really clever and say like, I'm going to use this proficiency to try to communicate this idea or something like that. You've never heard of any language or dialect that they're speaking right now.
Do I get the sense that they can understand me when I chat with them?
They definitely look at you when you talk to them, and acknowledge you. But it
Okay.
seems like it's less about the words and maybe more about like the actions, right? Like the giving the food to the fox got elicited a strong reaction, knocking down the books, that kind of thing.
Okay. I wanna ask Chewinga one that I have in my hand here, and say like, um, our friend is cold, and I'll like act it out,
Okay.
and try to get the point across. Like, can you help our cold friend?
Carrow kind of like perks up and walks over and like kind of just like backs up and goes, "She's cold," and then she like touches her arm and goes, "Ow, ow, cold," and like touches the window and like shows that like you're talking about like from the outside cold. Puts her hand up against the window and says, "Ow," and it kind of looks at you and the other two like they perk up from the books and you kind of see that they kind of chitter back and forth a little bit. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Super or regular?
Triple. Is there another? Is there something bigger than super? Because I think you should roll with that.
Basically,
Got 22. Got advantage. Okay. The one in your hand kind of like it like nods and kind of bends over to your hand and like takes your fingers and like starts to try and pull them in some. Like pull them like not like almost like it's trying to like bend your fingers in your palm.
Okay, I'll allow it to manipulate.
So it kind of forms and like it brings all of your fingers in a little bit and it like points it to your other hand.
So it curls my fingers in and then points to the other hand.
Points to the other hand, yeah. And like is like reaching.
Okay, so I'll give it my other hand.
Okay, it puts both your hands next to each other and then like curls both your fingers in.
Okay.
And then it like points into the middle of your hand and it's like looking at you and he kind of looks around the room. What's in this room? It keeps pointing to your hand and pointing like to like the emptiness in your hand.
Is it like making a heart with my hands?
Not a heart. Almost like if you were to like take like
saying he wants money.
it like puts it like does the same thing with its little tiny hands and like puts it up to its mouth.
Does it want food?
Doesn't seem that way. Make an intelligence.
Open or closed?
Open.
But
Make
his
it.
fingers are in.
He's bent the fingers in some, and he's like taking it and like putting it to his mouth. Make an intelligence check. I'll say all three of you can since you're kind of all watching this happen.
Yeah, trying to figure it out. So that's investigation. Wait, what's just intelligence? Under saving throw?
You would just like click one of your stats.
Here. Got it.
You should see me sitting at my desk with my hands like this, trying to figure out what that is.
Yeah.
Me
and,
too,
like, is it a bowl or is it like covering your mouth?
As soon as you say like bowl, it points to you.
Okay, we need a bowl. Yeah, a bowl of what though?
I'll pull out my iron pot. The skin box.
Okay, you set it on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
or just you're holding it. It kind of like starts to like it kind of like looks at you, Davos, and kind of like points to Quinn.
Okay, it needs a bowl of what?
It's just pointing it to Quinn.
Put the bowl down.
Yeah, put your bowl down.
I'll take the hide off the top of the bowl and I'll put the iron pot down.
All three of the chewing is kind of like it hops out of your hand and like runs over to like the little iron pot that he has, and you kind of see them all like chittering like back and forth, and it's just this unintelligible like language of just high pitched sort of churls, and from your, you can start to see that that their hands and their mask starts to glow a little bit, and actually they look at your illusion of like a face spa that you have on the ground, and they kind of go and they waft and like take from the illusion of water and create this actual like very very clear, very light blue um, uh, liquid, and put it into the iron pot. And then the other one of the other ones comes by and looks and like just dips its finger in there, and then the blue turns from like a chilly sort of almost exaggerated icy blue color into like a warm milky yellow color, and expands in the pot. And the very, not a lot, but like the very bottom of the pot fills with this like warm white color, or I'm sorry, yellow color liquid.
Um, and I'll kind of like motion, like, should our friend drink this?
And it like does the cup thing and like puts it to its mouth.
Okay.
So yes, probably.
And I will act out like a cold person drinking somebody, and then like feeling warm or comfortable or better.
And it's just kind of watch and start clapping.
And I'll bow. Do you wanna come with us? Hilarity could ensue.
Kind of, they all look at each other, and then they point back to the window.
Do you guys? I feel like this has been very helpful, or very like maybe this is also a hilarious joke. But do you guys feel like letting these? I don't know. I don't feel a reason to hold a.
They seem to like the Quinn enough.
As you like turn around, like two of them are like scaling to Quinn, like the large mountain that he is to them, trying to go like upwards towards his horns.
I'm enjoying this. I'm just like moving it around, trying to like just dance and muck around with these little chimichangas like they're little children.
So I'm gonna take the I'm gonna take my water skin and fill it with this liquid, just so we don't have to like carry an open pot anywhere.
Okay.
And I want to I'll tell our Chwinga friends like thank you, and look at something real quick. I want to give them some of like the matches from. I want to give them each like a match from.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And that's the last you saw of the West of East End as it burned to the ground in the middle of the night.
My new friends, and then give them all knucks, and I'll open the window.
They all knuck you. When the first one does it again very quickly, the other two kind of look, and they knuck each other, and then they kind of look, and then they just start kind of knucking everything around them. They like take the matches, and you kind of see that they like nibble on the tip a little bit, and they're like looking at it, and they start like swinging at each other and like fighting and like like batting around each other. There's the one that was in your hand kind of like chits, and the fox wakes up, and it like kind of leaps from your hand onto the fox, and like grabs a little bit of the tuft of the fur and kind of like gives it a pull, and the fox bounces for the window, and the other two just grab on like in the nick of time, and then they just kind of shoot out the window off to the roof and then onto the ground. You can see it's not too far of a jump, plenty of soft snow underneath, and then like the three of them just kind of ride off into the forest.
This was an enjoyable encounter with fairies. I think we've got what we think is a liquid. I will tell Carrow this. This liquid is either going to be a miraculous cure or a hilarious curse. But I think that we should get some sleep here, and first thing in the morning, maybe even before the sun goes up, start heading back for Dugan's Hole.
Well, I don't think it'd be a hilarious curse. In fact, I don't think those words have ever been uttered in the same sentence. But
you're new up here.
This is more than we had before. I guess. Should we inspect this at all? Is there a way to make sure it's not poison first, or salt?
I mean, it'd be magic. I can
I could taste
try
test
to
it if you want.
investigate it, but I don't know that I'm qualified to say what it is. But I can try to investigate it.
Well,
I'll take a gulp.
we don't have much, DeQuinn. Do you gonna take a little bit?
A pinky, like just a dab.
Okay. It tastes terrible. It does taste salty. But as it kind of slides down like the back of your throat, you feel like it's that feeling like when you have soup on a cold day. But even just the few drops that you have an expansive impact, and like you feel your inside like start to radiate sort of a natural heat, almost like if you have like a strong liquor drink, but without the actual burn of liquor destroying whatever cells it comes into contact with at first.
Yep, this is gonna fix her up right good.
Carrow kind of looks at you like,
Feel
What?
it in my belly.
whatever.
It's
Well-
not poison.
Unfortunately, I guess it's not.
What do you mean, unfortunate?
Danica, what were those things? And Danica's kind of like sitting in the side of the room, just kind of like hands to her face, like slowly crying, like tears of joy. Did you see how cute they were?
You should have played with them, Danica.
Yeah, they were enjoyable.
I need to have one. I have to catch one myself.
Well,
Well, good luck finding a second lamp and trying to find them.
She goes, you guys, I don't think I'll be able to thank you enough for this. At least I know they're real now. Here's here, and she like reaches like into her bag that she now has with her, and she pulls out like a little sack of coins and hands them to you.
I don't feel right about taking this girl's money.
No, it's not all my money. I have probably a pretty good bit. This is for you for saving my life.
I feel better
Rented
about
this
it.
huge room just for us.
Well,
yeah.
we only
did say-
only rented it for the hour, so I'll take. She like reaches in there and she like takes a coin back. It's like, now we'll call it even.
I don't see any need of taking this girl with us. She's like super useless out there and probably gonna die up here anyway. So I
Are
think.
you saying that in person right now?
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, that's in character. And so I would leave her with some advice to not go wandering out at dark in the north.
I'm not going anywhere now. I will be staying at this inn until I can catch one of those little devils on my own. Now that I know they're here,
I think they're elementals, not devils.
yeah, you're right.
I most am, often am. Yes.
She gives you guys a bag of 49 gold pieces.
Was 50.
I'll put it in the party loot.
And yeah, you got the Lantern of Revealing, which is tuned for elementals, so. Or Lantern of Tracking, I'm sorry.
Great.
You're so good at Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I think we head out in the morning back towards Dugan's Hole.
Yeah, the sun's already starting to disappear behind the thick cloud cover, perpetual cloud cover. Even with the window open, you guys can feel like the chill of the air dropping pretty significantly. Carrow kind of.
Like
Go ahead.
lakes or water when we went walking towards.
That's a question that I can answer for you. Let me see. So where you are, no, you did not pass any bodies of water.
Okay.
Yeah. You would know that to the east there's Loch Dinenshire, which is massive, but it's past East Haven's right on top of it, so it's another, I don't know, 2-3 hours. Maybe I'd have to look and check the time to be specific, but it's not nearby.
Nah, that's alright. I was just gonna go fishing if there was a chance, but we'll rest the night.
Okay. Yeah, Kyra kind of pouts a little bit, but she, pulls like her cloak over her shoulder, over her armor some, and it maybe at least understands that it'd be kind of foolish to push out in the middle of tonight and head that direction. Well, does someone want to get us rooms? I think I'll take this one. She kind of looks around. Actually, she's like, at the books are completely like all tossed all over the floor, and like the desk is short. She's like, actually, I'll take a different one probably.
Nope, can't take back. Go ahead in this room.
She kind of looks at you and just storms off downstairs to go talk to the barkeep.
Oh, she's telling. She's telling.
Yeah, I mean, I would get some rooms.
Okay.
We'll all get a room.
Yeah, I think. Let's see it. West of East Inn, it's probably, for a night, it's probably 5 silver pieces a piece. So, 2 gold for all 4 of you.
I'll pull 2 gold out of a little bag and just pay him.
Okay. Hillen is downstairs. That sturdy dwarf. She's still drinking, and you can see there's like a someone's playing a fiddle in the top of the room. I'll switch this back over actually. But yeah, night's yours to do whatever you want. If you want to, oh, I didn't actually switch this. I just clicked it myself. There we go. You've each got a room. It's still pretty early in terms of the day, but you just know that it gets dark here soon. So you've actually probably got, I mean, if you're a reasonable sleeper, you've probably got a couple hours before bedtime anyway.
We've got these 2 big plates of chitin. Would it be possible? You said with leatherworking, it wouldn't be possible to make it into like a breastplate or a shield as such. You'd have to be, I don't know, because it's organic, blacksmith or.
Yeah, I don't know. I tell you what, we'll end the session here tonight, and then if there's anything you guys think you want to do, or in the meantime tonight or whatever, we'll just pick up with that next session and go from there. And I'll think about how or what is best to deal with those chitin breastplates or piece plates that you have.
I've seen it more be leatherworking than blacksmithing.
From like other RPGs and stuff.
RPGs, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
like
fair.
Scales and things like of that nature, and chitin.
Yeah.
Would all be under like leatherworking.
Yeah, we'll figure out some sort of checks and maybe figure out a time scale for actually creating armor from it and stuff. Because I'm assuming you're gonna need more than just the pieces themselves to make something that can be worn, right, or used. So, yeah, I'll think about it. We'll figure something out.
Copy.
Cool.
All right. Well, then that's where we'll end everything tonight. Thank you guys for coming. Sorry we missed you, Carrow. Sorry about your horses. But I don't know.
They're still.
They're maybe they're still there, right? I mean.
Well, at least the horse meat will be there. That goes for a bit of money, right?
Yeah.
Always positive.
We'll figure it out. You guys found your Chicklets? Yeah, it was fun. I hope you guys had fun. I am going to end the stream. Thank you for anyone who popped in to say hi. Sorry, Steampunk, I missed you earlier. We will be back at it, not next Sunday, but the Sunday after, assuming, something crazy doesn't come up.
The world doesn't end.
Yeah, it's always a gamble week to week with 2020. So, all right, killing the stream. Thanks everyone. Thanks for coming out. How do I actually kill the stream? There it is.